Hello, everybody. We are back. Welcome to the City States of Klovisa, colon, the God War, -- the Discovery Team, session 11? Has it been 11 sessions, guys? 12?
Right around there. We're between 10 and 12, I think.
More than 10 weeks. 10 weeks we've been at it, boys. Congratulations on making it this far. All on your own, without any sixth person at all. Who I dearly miss. Wherever you are, Luca. I miss you. Guys, how are you doing?
It's hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
That's the state of the world right now.
Well, this half of the world.
except for John. But which John? I have good news. You guys want to hear it?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up?
The AC repairman's outside my bedroom window fixing our AC unit right now. So if I ever have to go on an immediate break, it's because he's trying to break in and I gotta get the gat. You know what I mean? Nah.
Pop, motherfucker.
Yeah. So, okay.
Thanks, Frank.
Hang on, I fucked up the nameplates real quick. There we go. Brood, what happened last week? You dropped off the face of the earth all of a sudden.
So you'll notice I'm not wearing a headset, and the reason for this is because the computer I'm using has no auxiliary jack-in port for the headset, right? Because the other computer exploded, not like in a fiery explosion, but like, oh man, I can't even make it to the blue screen, and just boom.
Oh.
So now I'm using a different computer, and it's gonna be it should be fine, but it's been known to also shut down on me before. But hopefully everything's fine.
I see.
I can't play video games on it.
I'm sorry.
Sad.
Yeah. like everything else, it's fine. Maybe. We're gonna find out today.
I have the command key. We know how to mess with the bot by now. Does anybody else want to say or do anything before we just hop into game?
Did y'all hear about the person who's turning human bodies into compost?
Is it good compost?
Supposedly.
Good for them.
How much nitrogen?
I mean,
do
I'm
we
all
have in
about
our
it.
bodies?
No, this is like an official business. Like, you can put them,
Oh.
Fuck me up and feed me to trees.
Right next to the crematorium.
I feel like
I'm all about it.
Yeah.
I'm all about it.
Wasn't there a Twilight Zone episode based around that?
I
Weren't-
thought there was.
But people were already paying to be fed, turn into trees already. So what's the huge difference here?
What's the Twilight Zone? All right.
Anyway, moving on from that.
Moving on. Anybody else? All right. Who wants to do our recap? Who did it last week?
It's always Ryan.
Zero. Let's hear it.
I
Unless John Kushim, you want to do it?
was gonna say I can do it. I don't think I've done it in a while.
Yeah. Let's
now
hear
I
it,
just
Bugman.
have to remember what we did last week. Bugman. Oh, yeah. So we were coming back from the forest, this haunted, spooky place. We got in this heavily armored vehicle, well above the technology of the surrounding people, and we decided that the best thing to do with this would be to completely fuck shit up for a couple of nights. We did some donuts around them. Schmitty did some donuts around them as Gunner Schmidt gunned them. Then we got out. Some knights started coming at us. We took them out as Runt. How do I put this nicely?
Mercifully put people mercifully put people out of their misery because they were disabled from the waist down.
proactively
put it.
euthanized with a knife?
Yeah. Then we came back to Tulst. The tyrant was angry at us for committing some war crimes.
Was he?
And then wasn't he like, hey, don't do that. Don't do it where people can see. You making us look bad.
There we go. It wasn't the fact that you did the war crimes. It's that you were caught doing war crimes. A somewhat meaningful difference, perhaps? Maybe not to you, but I had to interject. I'm sorry.
It is now noted that the tyrant is okay as long as they're covert. And we leveled up. We also got to splooge a bunch of information for that level up. Hephaestus is an asshole. All of these things that we learned, we had like a nice anime montage, and that's how we leveled up. And I don't think we had decided where we wanted to go next. I think that's about where we left off.
Alrighty.
Anything I missed?
I don't think so.
Some shopping at the very end.
We do have some things to do first, and the biggest thing that I want to do is first off tell you that it is the 17th of February, also known as Spring Swirling in my fantasy calendar, and Brood, also known as Revit, or plain Revit, we had to kind of skip over your level up because you weren't here. You were dealing with an implosion of your computer. So,
Yeah, sorry about that.
no, it's fine, Dude,
I logged into the wrong Roll20. I am on my way.
It's fine. But I want to know what Revik does to level up. Now, Kushim and Nav had some bonding under the pale moonlight.
Aww.
Right,
That's
and
what we'll call it.
Zero was like sparring on a moving airship without the gravity boots engaged, which is pretty fucking badass and baller. Runt, I don't remember what Runt did.
Sparred with Ulathanes to be faster in martial combat, like hand to hand.
I see. He was learning CQC from the cooler, bigger, badder fighters. But Revik, what do you do as your muscles bulge infused with magic? Your frog body slowly losing that dopey-looking comedic frame.
Well, I think that so Revik is very he's worried because he used to feel very connected with nature, and he's like, well, I've got a week, right? So what he did was he went on a hiking trip. So during the day he went to there's a nice little river down near Tulls. He went to some lakes. He kind of just chilled out, and he was really just trying to reconnect with nature. And he feels a little bit disconnected. But despite that, maybe the vampire powers were surging, but he feels more magical, if not as close to nature as he used to feel. I feel like maybe I should stop taking points in Ranger, to be honest. I can tell you the spells that I picked up from leveling up if you want.
I would love to see that and your what you rolled for hit points.
I got one less
Than average?
than average.
Oh, okay.
So
It happens to the best of us.
yeah. So instead of a 5 instead of a 6, I got a 5.
Okay.
And then so Revik took Pass Without Trace
Very good
because
one.
yeah, it's very good. It's like having a cloak that you could use anywhere, even in a civilization.
Mm-hmm.
You can
Good meme.
he also took Silence because I need a way to deal with spellcasters, and also just it'll help for being stealthy.
Yeah.
I also Beast Sense, I think, which is just a ranger thing.
Yes, you
Yeah.
are Tasha Ranger, which means you get
Yeah.
some bullshit.
Yeah. And then
You like
also
it?
from the Feywild, I got Misty Step. So, well, for
Ooh.
being a Feywild Ranger. If you want, I could do a whole like class revamp because again, I think Revik is starting to lose his connection to nature and become more vampiric. So, if you want to, yeah.
I don't think anything has truly changed just because
Aw.
a vampire
That's-
has claimed your body and soul. I think your stuff is just naturally becoming more flavorful towards the night and the darkness and all the...
They're creatures of night as
Yeah.
well. Good point.
You know, vampires, there's a lot of things that are said about them, and symbolically they are just like an ultimate predator slash other that comes out of fucking nowhere, kind of like the woods that you train yourself in and meditate for a week. You know, maybe you should look more into like how is this going to be changing you as you continue on down this road you have been forced on.
He really hoped that like no one was around at night because he was practicing his singing, just like floating in the water.
Yeah.
Just being a nuisance to anyone who's nearby, honestly. But yeah, I think that's what he did for his level up. God.
Well, there's only what, 13 more days till the next full moon or new moon?
Yeah.
Are you worried?
Yeah. No, because well, I've stopped worrying, John. Revik's done some shit. His life is not really his own anymore, and in giving that up, he knows that there's a sort of peace. For example, he belongs to Tolst and Arabella, and
True.
could he have at the end of his week gone to talk to the tyrant? Because he wasn't able to at the beginning of it.
Well, the tyrant came to talk to you, actually.
Okay, cool.
Revik, you were summoned at one point, but before we do that, we're going to jump ahead in our calendar. That is like the 17th exactly when the other 4 of your members got bitched the fuck out, which you were not present with.
Uh-oh.
Yes, and we're only jumping forward so that we can spread the narrative time, I guess. And we're going to move to Runt, who wanted to do shopping. But specifically, meet the Seafoy brothers, the smugglers' contacts within the city of Tolst. Runt, you had wanted to meet these fellows, the smugglers of a smugglers' guild, which is not so much of a guild, and honestly, they're just like a bad black market. So what's up, Runt?
I think we had, if I remember the scene right, there was a cop outside, just kind of standing there, but not really stopping anyone from coming in.
Mm-hmm.
And he had just entered, and there were, I think, 2 people playing at a table? Question mark.
Yeah. I guess we can change the scene up a little bit. Let's say you enter this speakeasy, where people speak easily, and you find some charismatic brothers who look kind of similar, but not really. Everyone in the room is half paying attention towards them, or doing their own thing. You see a lot of shady types. You see ne'er-do-wells, thugs, muscle, people who you've missed, who you've known dearly, albeit in different faces and with different names. You are with the rogues now. Welcome. Runt, what do you do?
I would like to look. Actually,
oh, that one.
that. I suppose the first thing he would do would be listen to the 2 people. Do they appear to be speaking or performing, or like what exactly are they doing?
One who seems to be a lot more flamboyant and emotive is playing on a piano like the Piano Man. From that one hit song. You know?
Piano Man. Yeah.
I'm looking for my 1920s music track, but I can't find it. I have way too many music tracks, guys.
I suppose then he will look around and take a look for I guess the best way to put it is someone who looks like they might sell something, or is like the person other people will like, I guess like a barkeep or something, that someone who a lot of people go and talk to specifically.
Then you are looking for this man's brother. The barkeep is just a dude who's passing out drinks and being a laborer, a dude who works his wage, selling drinks, mixing stuff, and whatnot. But this guy's brother, who you will quickly notice is being palmed money through shaking hands, leaning in, whispering, doing the whole mob thing of like, oh yes, we're casually hugging, but totally making a deal as well. And a relative queue has formed. It is spread out along the entire bar, but as conversation flows and people are moving to and about chairs, you can see that everyone within the speakeasy is kind of making a circuit around just the entire bar to get a chance to speak with this guy.
Well, I guess he'll try and make his way into the queue at some point.
Yeah. What do you do while you know, wait?
He will specifically try to, nonchalantly of course, listen into conversations that are happening around him, to try and get a gauge of like what. Obviously, he knows that this is a place of people like himself, but he wants to know what specific types of conversations are happening in the toast variety.
So you're okay, cool. So currently, the hot topic of discussion, even here in the speakeasy where business is concealed, and you know, things that are normally nefarious are now openly peddled. You, Gibby, are listening to many people talk about the Destry affair, which is kind of what they're calling the conflict that a small expeditionary force went to, which has limited news covering, but now, during your week of downtime training and relaxing and trying to get away from work for a week, or at least bettering yourself in some meaningful way. People are talking about the, I guess you would call them war orphans, who have been on an interview circuit through Tolst for the past week. And everyone's like discussing this Fresnoth character who you have had personal experience with, and are giving their opinions about them.
Interesting.
Many of them lean, despite being in like a rogues gallery, you are listening to the disgruntled voice of the criminal organization, really, or the criminal community, where it's like, wow, this person is a crazy psychopath. It's kind of cool that, you know, our city's doing something about that. Rather than just like, well, shit's fucked, LOL.
Good to know.
A smidgen of pride, perhaps, is what you detect. But 20 or so minutes go by, and soon you are standing before a dude who's 5'5", 5'8", somewhere around there, who has a passive face looking at you. He speaks gently. Hello.
Hello, sir. I was wondering if you could help me find someone. I
Well.
am in the interest of finding things that are sometimes not meant to be found. And this place here I've discovered, might be that place.
He looks at you for a time. Can you speak a bit more plainly?
Yes. I am looking specifically for a black market of some kind. A place where you can purchase things
Yes.
not directly on the street.
Come, follow me for a moment. This character says, not even having introduced himself to you. He quickly absconds from his position next to his piano-playing brother, who's like, leaning over, watching you two. Vicu pauses and waits for you two to return. But he takes you to a small, I suppose a broom closet, where a dude is just like standing in, like taking up most of the broom closet, and not the broom closet man, but this guy, points to a small crate where there is what appears to be a 3-ring binder that is rather bulky. It has like waterproofing around it. It's a nice material, probably some leather binding. He states, "This is our catalog. Feel free to peruse it."
Thank you, sir. And might I catch your name?
I am a rune.
That was what?
A-R-U-N.
Okay. Just jot that down real quick. Was it A-U-R or A-R-U-N?
Yes. A rune.
Cool. Runt will bow his head slightly in thanks.
Yeah.
And he will go over to inspect the catalog.
You do so. The broom closet lad, for lack of a better name, glowers down on you and will continue to watch to make sure you don't tamper with this book as you flip through the pages. A rune will go back to doing what he was doing next to the piano, speaking with people, exchanging money, telling secrets and stories and all the like. And you may freely peruse our good old smuggler's binder. As John pulls it up.
Huzzah.
Alright, what are you looking for?
I am looking for, I'm not sure what I can look for, so I'll start off with some basic stuff, and maybe you can kind of guide me, as to what more specifically it might be, but something like
Can I interest you in an assortment of drugs and hallucinogens?
Sure thing. Let's start with those.
Alright.
With that specifically, I want to state my
Hang
intent
on.
is to inject them into someone else and not for him to take specifically.
Oh.
I don't know if that affects how they can be bought or what can be purchased, but
Hang on, I'm gonna roll.
Does he have a combat heroin syringe?
Alright, John rolled that. Wow, those are all really good rolls. Let's see if they transcend into anything. So in his drugs and hallucinogens, the first thing that he has is Stone Brew, a mixture containing what seems to be spiced up brittle rocks. It hardens the skin of whoever drinks it, increasing their base AC by 1 for 1d6 hours. It is not advised to make this drink if you aren't familiar with the stones, as the wrong kind will scratch your throat and provide you no benefit. And John did not realize his drug list had magical effects on them, so now he has to be a bit more obfuscating to see if you can piece it together or make some associated check. For whatever reason, Stone Brew is like, yo, it's like baby stone skin, boys. Lamau. But the others...
If hardened body parts do not become unhardened within an hour, please see a doctor.
Another one is called Warm Root. This appears to be advertised as a comfort medication. Next up is 83. Another one is called Unicorn's Wax. It comes in a really dope jar, but the image that it was captured on was like an old grainy, like, what do you call it? Like, image recorder. Because everybody knows cameras are trademarked by Ugarest. 89 is Pixie's Fire. It is basically a rose golden colored powder like substance, which is advertised to do something that I'm not going to tell you.
So what kind of associated check can I make to infer knowledge about these items?
I need like a rogues check. What is
do you want like a dexterity based arcana check or nature check or medicine or whatever?
Why would it be dexterity?
Because only because you mentioned rogue. It could be intelligence based. I'm just trying to spitball what makes sense.
I think this is actually gonna be a wisdom thing. Wisdom is you getting knowledge about stuff. Guys, help me out. What kind of wisdom check can we give him? This is like societal based,
Medicine?
narcotics. Yeah, medicine. Medicine would work.
Okay.
Pretty straight up, right?
I would just ask if Runt uses a lot of medication or even drugs.
Mm-hmm.
No, he's been pretty drug free in his time in Maelstrom because typically something was going to kill you. So the less things you interacted with, the better.
True.
I give it a higher DC.
Yeah, that or disadvantage.
I'll probably just take the higher DC.
Alright, let's see it.
Unfortunate.
The last one is called Paladin's Placebo, and you wish, Runt, for a brief moment that you had listened to, what was his name? Doug? Greasy Mike? What was your friend's name who abandoned you?
Eustace the Useless?
Eustace. Eustace and his friend Greasy Mike, who would do a shitload of drugs, but you'd stay clean. You were on the lookout. You were trying to be a good old boy for the gang that you had found before you drowned and life took you to Tolst. All of these are foreign to you. But Paladin's Placebo sounds pretty dope.
Paladin's Placebo, the Unicorn one, and like the Fairy Dust all sound very interesting. So tell me more about the pricing on those.
On which ones exactly? Can you say that one more time?
Paladin's Placebo, the Fairy... I don't remember what the name was, but it's the Fairy Dust.
Pixie Dust?
Yeah, the Pixie Dust, and the
Pixie
Unicorn.
Fire. There we go.
Yeah, Pixie Fire and the Unicorn Jar.
Alright, it is... bracket. Man, we rolled
Because
really
Paladin's Placebo, I kind of wish... This is gonna sound really bad, but I kind of wish Beppo was around so I can give him the Paladin's Placebo and be like, "Hey, I found some Xenoth dust. Want to try it out?" Maybe I'll give it to Igor.
Oh shit.
You're gonna see him someday.
I did hear about. I'm assuming we would have heard the action reports in character about things happen. I don't know.
I'm John is staying away from those things, so you guys can talk amongst yourselves about what you see in those, and I'll probably just trust you. So we're looking at Pixie Fire, Paladin's Placebo, and what was the last one?
The Unicorn.
Unicorn. That's 83. So my Unicorn's Wax. Okay, so that's 83, 89, and 99. The 80s bracket is going to be So it would be 24 gold per dosage of each for the unicorn's wax and the pixie's fire. And it would be... John is doing... Why did you... Guys, why did I make an economy? For my drugs.
Now, does this have to be cold hard gold, or could this be in toast bucks?
This could be in toast bucks.
Excellent.
Holy shit, this doesn't seem right at all.
You could create any world you wanted, and you created capitalism, John. Think about that.
I could have, and there are many kinds of economies in the world.
Yeah, I don't know if you... I'm not gonna lie, I spent a good 2 to 3 hours reading up on rereading on all the lore documents about all the city-states, because I wanted to kind of know what I knew in character. And, man...
There's some crazy
Normal
shit.
city, huh?
Normal city.
Normal city, huh?
I personally like Ariel and Quelithor. Paladin's placebo is 230 gold for 1 dose.
What the fuck? Okay,
Yeah.
I need to learn about what that does before I buy it. But I was... Ooh. Oh
Yeah,
boy.
the imagery around this vial of, well, the image itself is kind of static, but it's a teal liquid that is, like, radiating and advertised with, like, angels and sparkles, and it looks like, it looks pretty holy.
Okay, I think I know what that
Comically
does.
so.
I want to learn in character what that does, but I have an inkling.
Okay. Moving on from hallucinogens and drugs.
Yes.
What you looking
let's
to
talk-
deal some damage or protect yourself?
Yeah. Looking that is to protect myself from the horrors of war. Let's talk about dealing some damage.
John will pull up his handy dandy DMG to see what they have. Or what they're selling, really. Hey, let's make this an interactive thing. Can someone roll me a 1d100? Who's not Runt? Runt rolled last. 45, coming from Eric, who is playing our good boy Nav. Next up, I need somebody to roll me a 1d6. Crim Crumbler rolling a 6. Alright. Now I need all of you to roll me a 1d100. And then I will roll the last one. Even you, Runt.
Oh wow. Ooh, a 3.
Alright, 70, 80, 29, 3, 35. I need one more, and 67. That's 2 away from a nice number.
So close.
Ah,
So close.
and Brood's one
It would
off,
be
too.
so- It'd be so fitting for Eric to get it.
What is that supposed to mean?
He
The
agrees.
100.
He knows what it means. He knows.
The 100 is just a regular number. The 69 is the one where everything goes crazy. Yeah.
Or 77.
Alrighty.
That's a good number.
Holy shit. I think
I like
Crim
that.
Crumbler rolled the best one. So, no, wait, I'm rolling...
You have to roll 2.
No, I already did.
Oh, okay.
Wow, these are all kind of trash. What the fuck? Alright, I'm actually upping there. Hang on one second. You guys are in a modern city. I'm rolling for, like, shitty fucking branch of the Smuggler Guild, where this is like a main hub. John is rolling dice in secret.
Understandable.
Where's my d10s? I'm rolling way too low. I'm underselling how fucking dope these guys are.
Yeah, I thought these were supposed to be the City of Hunters Thieves Guild.
Yeah, plus all the laws that would restrict them from doing or selling dope shit has been kindly lifted by the tyrant, who's kind of letting the criminals do whatever the fuck they want, so long as they don't hurt any of his citizens.
I'm kind.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay.
How beneficial.
So these are much better. So the first thing, and I guess I'll go from lowest quality to highest quality here. one thing that's being sold here is a potion of greater healing, which is, you know, pretty dope. Yeah.
That's really good.
Something...
That's the lowest quality? Jesus Christ.
Well, you know, that's what the table says it is. Next up is 29. A potion of resistance. We can roll what kind of resistance if you're interested in that. It'd basically be, you know, one damage type that isn't slashing, piercing, or bludgeoning. Next up is 35, I believe. Oh my god, all of the potions. A potion of animal friendship. Next up is 67. Eric, can you re-roll? You rolled something that isn't on my loot table. A 36. Apparently 2 potions of animal friendship. Which is unfortunate, but, you know. Get fucked me,
I guess Tulst really likes animals, except for Scorpions.
Now that all the rats are dead, we don't need to talk to them as much, so there's a surplus. Next up is 70. An oil of... No. Another kind of medicinal ointment, which seems to be pretty cool. Heals wounds. Both physically and magically.
Well, that sounds pretty good.
It is. And last one is 80. What is this? This may be the better one. Or the best one? To the point where it may not even be a thing. Oh, okay, it's an Eternium fragment. Dope.
What's that?
I roll a quality check to see what kind of thing, and then you can bind it to a weapon and potentially make something dope even cooler. Specifically with elemental damage. You know that thing that Brood's been trying to find for like 3 sessions? Yeah, we found it.
Is it? I didn't know that was the thing he was looking for.
The thing, like, it's the thing that's in my war pick that makes it.
Oh,
I
I was thinking, what if we applied that to an already applied war pick?
It does not stack, unfortunately.
Okay.
How
How much
will
was
roll
that?
to see its quality. No, I dropped the dice. Somebody roll me a 1d3.
Not it.
Someone.
Alright, I'll do it.
Oh my god.
For 3.
John, quit rolling really well!
Yes, let's go!
Yes, that would be the best Eternium. I think that would be a shard. Sliver, fragment, shard. Yeah. So, you guys don't know what that does mechanically, but it is dope and it is expensive.
How expensive?
Like 3,000 gold expensive.
Understandable.
That being said, you know, you guys are due for rewards, right?
Are we?
I don't know. Have you found any cool treasure hoards recently? Don't you have like a shit ton of money from selling that statue?
Some of us have some money. 2 of us don't.
What's
because they died. And, I don't know if... I think we've all been holding it manually because I have not been updating the party sheet.
You have 8 objects, 1 gray stone giant potion, 1 blue potion, storm giant strength, 3
We've had
strange longswords with finesse.
Okay, first we'll deal with that later, but because I completely forget the party sheet is just a thing that we all have collectively, and I thought it's like that's more of like a storage thing.
Yeah, that's your guys' party sheet, right? Yeah, that's yours.
Man, interesting.
Very.
Yeah, that is very interesting. Well, are there any specialty weapons for someone that is a rogue in this catalog?
That was their stock. They don't hold. Guys, I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
Tulst is prepping for war. Chances are they've been trying to get these guys to sell them weapons, and have been buying the coolest of the cool shit. You know, making good deals with international thieves and smugglers who buy a lot and sell a lot and trade a lot of stuff. It's a good way to get a lot of cool stuff.
Talk to me about this greater healing potion, then.
Yes, greater healing potion. John should not have closed his manual. I believe that's the second best? No, the...
Yeah, 44 plus... No, that's second worst, because it goes regular, greater, superior, and then supreme, I think.
Is that correct, team?
Pretty sure greater is one step above.
The Johns
regular.
are quiet. Nav is gone. Brood is silent.
Honestly, no idea.
I mean, we're not there, right? Or we're supposed to be there for when the tyrant chews us out?
They've already done that. You and he need to have a conversation, Brood. Okay, greater healing potion is 300 gold.
Affordable, but
Perhaps replicatable.
would that be? Because I know that's the whole reason why we were told about the greater chemical was to make more potions. Would I know then that this potion is replicatable, or would we require the greater chemical?
I mean, you'll
for
still
that?
need an alchemist, right?
Yeah,
Arvo is an item maker, not a potion maker.
yeah, that's why I was thinking.
But hey,
probably
if
not.
you have it, you know you have it.
True.
It's not like they're gonna sit on this forever.
The last shopping that I wanted to do, which was not related to the Thieves Guild, was trying to figure out a way to get something silvered / a magical weapon. Specifically, like taking a magic, because you said that things like swords are easily enchantable.
Mm-hmm.
So getting, well, I suppose I already have the rapier, so maybe not. But enchanting silvering a weapon, because taking back one of those +1 short swords, and then
So-
getting that silvered.
Mechanically, you can't silver an already magical weapon, but you can enchant or engrave a silvered weapon. So it's basically just you need to do it in. You need to know that you want a magical silvered weapon, and then like either get a custom made or just find one. But you can't like take an already forged sword that is enchanted with magic and is protected in that form already, and then silver it, expecting.
In that case, could we use the finesse long swords, get that silvered, and then get that enchanted? If
Yes,
that's
you
the
can.
proper order. Okay.
John, I'm about to fuck shit up for you.
What way?
My parents want me to go into town real quick and get chicken, so I'm gonna hop onto my phone, but it's gonna fuck up the cameras until I get back.
Oh, I thought we were going to go on a road trip with you.
All right, let's go on a quick break then. So I can fix.
I mean,
cameras.
I can pop on my fucking camera too.
Okay, cool. Let's do that then.
I mean, it's still gonna fuck it up a little bit because I'll have to drop and then it'll you'll have to drag me back in. But
guys, we'll go on a quick break as we mess with cameras. We'll be right
Road
back.
trip with Eric.
All right, everybody, we are
Yeah,
back.
put you, John. You're live.
Eric, you're live. We see this is the ultimate gamer POV, boys. Playing D&D while driving. He's in a cup. We can barely hear him, but there's Eric. All right. Rip. Eric, don't show you driving while on camera. You'll get me banned.
Hold on. I can angle this. This is better, right?
Yeah, that's great.
Perfect.
You know, it's not a John game unless there's something going horribly wrong on a technical level. We have an exploding computer last week, and now Eric is in his car. Alright, Ron, we will put the swords on hold as we go and talk with... well, does anybody else want to do anything on their own before we have a group conversation? Well, before Revik has a conversation and then we have a group meeting. So we have things we need to talk about.
I would just like to find Leoman's tiny hut somewhere.
Okay. How much money do you have?
Plenty.
Plenty or 20?
I'm rolling. Plenty.
You have... Fuck, I need to look up spell slots.
I think I have more than 700. Because we're rich.
We.
So, you can get a scroll of it, or you can go and find someone to teach it to you. Which do you want to do?
I don't know. Whichever one. I don't mind.
Well, what do you need?
Scroll.
You need a scroll, right? As
Ritual. I need a... I guess so, yeah.
Okay. Someone will be able to make that for you, who is not Ozark.
Okay.
I think it's 200 gold per spell level to have a scroll made. I can't remember, though, so I'm trying to find it.
It's pretty expensive.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking it's not that. Hang on.
I thought it was 100.
I think
And cantrips are 50.
100.
100 sounds right, because there's 100 per level, and then the cantrip was 50, because they're considered level 0. But I could be
Yeah,
wrong.
I think 100 is right.
Okay. Yep. It appears
Okay.
to be. When a spell is copied
Take
from a
the-
spell scroll, the copier must succeed. I think you auto-succeed, or is that a thing?
I don't know.
How do you learn your spells? How do you learn your ritual spells?
I have a stone book of ancient secrets. Let's see. You can add ritual spells. When you find a spell, you can add it. Spells like that. For each level of the spell, the transcription process takes 2 hours and costs 50 gold pieces. The rare inks. Did you describe it all?
Yeah, I think he just learns it like a wizard.
All right.
But I guess that 50 would be for the writing it and not for the purchasing of it.
Yes, it would be you transcribing it into a permanent form rather than a usable spell scroll. So it would be 300 for the spell, which you can get somewhere in Tulsa. There's an Arcana shop that has a Leoman's Tiny Hut scroll, or you can commission one. And
Then
it
last
would be-
time it was 1d2 days for the memorizing.
It was 1d2 days,
Spell level.
but we have to do an Arcana check. Or we need to do a 1d20 die to see if you can learn it. When a spell is copied from a spell scroll, the copier must succeed on an int Arcana check with a DC equal to 10 plus the spell's level. I think we did away with that for your Warlock bullshit. I can't remember.
Yeah.
That's what the 1d2 days was for. Was it took him? He was going to learn it guaranteed, but it took him a certain amount of time.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not a wizard. Who cares? You're learning this through dark magics and shuffling it into your big old book of bullshit. So let's see 3d2 to see how long it takes you to learn this spell. My poor wizards in the chat who are like, but John, I always have a chance to fail. You know, warlocks are just better than you guys, apparently. Correct. So 5 days later, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, yes. Okay, so on the 22nd, you will have learned and copied and pasted Leoman's tiny hut. Sound good?
Excellent.
Cool. Zero, anything you want to do?
I don't know how much the training on the airship was going to take,
This
but I wanted
is
to see if I
after
could spend...
training stuff, so...
Okay. I want to go fishing for a little bit, actually. Just like downtime. Go out to the docks. Maybe, you know, steal someone's fishing pole when they're not looking.
Fishing moment with Revik and its hero.
Yeah, totally. So, people often forget, but Tulst is a coastal city. It has a rather busy dock district where trade from the entire western coast of Klovisa makes its way up north to trade with the moneymakers, the very rich Tulst. So, you want to get on a boat and just go fishing?
I didn't think about getting a boat because I figured that would be expensive, and Zero's kind of broke right now. I honestly just wanted to go to the docks, see if I could find someone fishing, and when they look away, steal their fishing pole and run down to a different dock.
So, not in the city, because there's so much traffic, it scares the fish away. But if you leave Tulst and go out to the more peaceful, developing countryside, on a coast, you can find somewhere, a spot where you can fish. You have the 1 silver piece to get a fishing pole. I know you do.
I do, but come on.
You're going to steal... you're going to do a petty crime just to relax? John, I just really want... I just love fishing. Can I just steal someone so I can have a relaxing day as the police look for me?
Instead, could I find someone drunk and ask if I could borrow it for an undisclosed amount of time?
Zero, just pay 1 silver.
Okay, fine.
There's no point in stealing something so cheap.
What about, like, bait and stuff like that?
We'll include it with the silver. It's
Silver? Okay.
It's literally no big deal. The fact that you want to do that, though, just like, you know, the crime is what makes it fun, John.
And I thought I was evil. Nyuk, nyuk, nyuk.
Yeah,
It's a petty crime. Come on.
A misdemeanor. It is funny, though. Can you please roll me a 1d20 as you go fishing?
Ooh, 9.
Nice. You get a middling heron. I don't know what a heron is, but I think it's a saltwater fish. Or it's a bird.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Either way.
I think a heron is a bird.
I think
Actually,
you
I
Not a
literally,
bird with your fishing pole.
yeah, you literally like whoocha into the reeds, and it just wraps around this bird's neck and just snaps it in half. You catch
I am such a good fisherman.
Am I thinking of herring?
You're thinking of herring, yeah.
Well, unfortunately, you caught a heron and not a herring.
Oh, poor John.
Yeah,
From down under. Hear your face when he said that. Oh, I'm sorry.
Zero, what does it feel like to catch a bird with a fishing pole?
Who good at this fishing thing? Catch thing from the sky when I want water thing. Too good.
Some would say that makes you a worse fisherman for not being able to catch fish.
No, I caught something though.
Yeah, he caught a bird with a fishing pole. That is like ultimate hunter, like.
Birds are just crazy fish.
Yeah.
That's
Think
good.
about it.
True.
I've
They
heard
really
of
are.
flying fish, but this is ridiculous.
All right. Hey Nav, I know you're driving, and I don't want to distract you as you go into an Albertsons, but anything you want to do? I know you're muted too, so whether you can hear.
Just yell louder.
Can you hear me, Eric? Oh, he fucking
Oh,
disconnected.
There he goes.
Yeah.
Rip.
Well, he wasn't looking at the camera when he disconnected, so he probably wasn't intentional.
He probably doesn't even know.
Play
Honestly.
the best. All right. What a
About
fucking
time.
comedy show. All right, we'll get him back when he's home from getting cat litter or whatever the fuck.
It's chicken, but okay.
Chicken, cat litter, you know,
Oh,
It's the
hang on.
same thing.
food.
Bird
stuff you can
I
put
now
in
fish.
your
have
mouth,
2
right?
rhythm bot cameras. Great.
No one else can hear the bot in the stream, but we're jamming right now.
Yeah, if you guys can start queuing up music while I continue to have that muted. One day I'll unmute it, but then I'll immediately get like turbo
DMCA'd,
banned. Yeah, turbo
destroyed.
DMCA'd. All right, Brood, we're going back to you. Oh,
Ready.
Brood.
Let me mute the bot actually. Done. Hit me.
I need to change the music. Brood, this music is way too happy for what conversation we're about to have.
Oh no! What? The tyrant's a homie though.
Yeah, he is a homie, but this music's way too happy. He needs to have a serious
Okay.
conversation with you.
Gotcha. This isn't like, what's up, bro?
You know, this
So
is
I'm becoming a vampire.
This
The bot
is
should be
a
queued up.
business. Thank you so much for the bot. Or we could have sexy salsa music. Which do you prefer?
Sexy salsa music for hanging out with the tyrant? Yeah.
Let's do it. Oh, Brood, you were summoned. You answered the call because you're paid to.
Yeah.
The tyrant
I'm prompt.
is
on
in
time.
somebody's private quarters because he doesn't have any for himself because he doesn't sleep usually. He's taking up one of the people he sent to Destry's room, probably Norm's, because he likes to piss that guy off. It's a lot of fun for him. So he's in Norm Thulon's private quarters. It is rather bare, rather Spartan, because although Norm Thulon is a really cool guy, he doesn't have much use for worldly possessions. So the tyrant's there, kind of just putting his shoes on Norm's bed, being incredibly disrespectful of his privacy as he's like going through his diary, and just kind of hanging out between like a chair and leaning on the bed. And he's like, Brood. No, wait, Revik, excuse me, John forgot your character name.
Yeah, I get confused a lot with people. Yeah, there's probably like another like frog person that's called Brood. Yeah,
It's okay. How
it
are
happens. Well, I'm not too good. I'm sort of in between places right now. Not like physically, but like emotionally. This is why I actually came to talk to you.
Oh.
I've got like a medical thing, and I needed a night off. And
Yes, we need to speak about what's gonna happen on the next new moon. Well, you speak first, then I'll tell you what
Okay.
I learned.
Sorry. So the Overduke, he mentioned that like, oh, vampire spawn can't live without their master, and if they're not there, then they'll like die or something. So I
Yes.
figured, I could maybe get like a doctor's note for the new moon, and I can go hang out with Arabella, and then I can come back, and then just
Well, so we did a bit of digging. Ozark is, you know, he's a lich. He's been around forever. He has a bunch of obscure bullshit. And somebody, I think it was one of your teammates, actually located a book that he had forgotten about, explaining some of the transient properties of being a blood-sucking monster. It turns out they're not too dependent on ripping out the throats of young women and then drinking their contents. That seems to be
I feel like I would be very
tale.
like gender like non-specific about whose throat I would rip out.
Well,
If
you know,
it help.
it appears it's more like a magical thing, where so he takes his feet off his bed, he hunches over, because I think he's still taller than you. You're not like full human size.
No, I'm still like 3 feet tall.
Yeah. So he like leans down, so he's a bit more closer to eye level with you, and he's gonna explain some things that he doesn't want you repeating to anyone.
Okay, there we go. All right.
So I'm gonna tell you how I live, because I don't eat food or drink water, and I don't need sleep. Well, isn't that sounding like a vampire? What I am is or rather, what I can do, and an intrinsic part of myself is, like a filter fish, or like those sharks that swim underwater and just sort of keep their mouths open and just eat whatever comes in front of them. I'm something like that, but just with the magic, the essence of our world. Being around people is just their emotions, their wants, their needs, their drives. Like, I can somewhat leech off the intrinsic magic attached to those emotions and sustain myself with them. Vampires do something similar. They abandon the natural magic of earthly foods. It's not enough to contain them. They can still eat. There's not enough magic within meat or within a salad to sustain them. So instead they go to the next best thing,
like
which
a steak?
is...
What about like a big steak from like a cow?
It would depend on how magical that cow is.
Okay. Like a cow person?
He shrugs. Yeah, probably. We, the humans, the people of this continent, are intrinsically magical. Klovisa itself has many ley lines running through it. The biggest evidence of how magical we are is how many liches we have. We have several dozen or something scattered throughout our continent, whereas Hyperia, the next continent across the Western Ocean, has no magic, really. They don't have... They have some, like, spellcasters and magicians, but they more make deals with the natural forces of our world rather than are infused with it. And he, draws like a stick and just like hits you with it to do 1 point of damage to your energy shield, your hit points. This is the greatest proof how magical we are. We have a field of force that protects our bodies from physical harm, where Hyperia doesn't at all. They are... If I got, like, a gun is actually dangerous to them over there. You could kill someone pretty easily. And I can, like, unload a gun into my head and it probably won't do anything. It just
I
bounces
think
off
I can,
my
like,
HP.
put a gun to my head, like, 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Do you understand how ludicrous that sounds, though? Like, can you imagine, like, having a firearm and being, like, threatened by it because it can end your life immediately? That's crazy. So anyway, yeah, why I'm telling you this is because we're all very magical, and the magic within us can be consumed in liquid form, it appears, which is what the vampires are. A certain breed did, which got these vampires, these bloodsuckers, all the bad history that comes from it. Well, all the legends and myths that we know about them. Immortal parasites of human society. But it turns out there are many other ways of getting this magical essence that you would need to survive in the coming months. Obviously, you'll be able to drink blood. Probably to the cost of those around you, though. And obviously...
But, like, what if I went to, like, a hospital and, like, asked them to, like, give me some of their blood? Like, maybe I'm anemic or something? That'd be cool.
It could work. Magic likes to leave, so the more fresh someone's blood is, the better. Alternatively, and this is where the craziness comes from, and what would we call it? The untested hypothetical, because, I mean, we don't have access to any vampires. You're our first one, Revik. There may be other activities you can do to generate magic to sustain yourself. This Arabella sings, yes. She performs to the world, and in doing so accumulates its attention, which is apparently shown through magic.
I don't know if I can do that. I'm not super, like, I'm not very personable. I'm not sure if you've noticed, like, a lot of people ignore me, and, like, they kind of, like...
they ignore you, Revik.
Or disregard my opinion, then?
Well, I don't know about that, but...
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Alright, well, I guess I gotta... Alright.
Do you feel that way?
The tyrant kind of just disregard his opinion.
Yeah,
right there.
he really did. And he caught that, and now he's noticing it, and he's like, oh shit, I did do that, didn't I? No, we need to talk about that. Is your team, like, am I not respecting you right now? Fuck. Revik, tell me about your day. Let's hear it. I'm sorry, I'm so self-centered and busy.
No, I'm just not very interesting. I have very low self-esteem. You tell me what to do.
I don't want to tell you what to do. I want to give you options so that you know what to do.
Oh, God.
Decide for yourself, Revik. Do you want to become a painter? You want to paint your way to...
Oh, God. He's got his head. Okay, okay, I'll think about it. I'll try and... I don't know, maybe I'll do some songs. I'll do stand-up. I'll try and do some stand-up. And hopefully...
I think that's a great idea. That would be...
Okay.
I will advertise that to the entire reservists if you do stand-up one day. We will all come to support you.
I'll try. I'll work on a 5-minute...
I'll make it a national holiday if that's what you want.
No, I mean, I should probably just start at bars, like small. Start small.
Well, I suppose. But we can help you out. Laughter, people being happy around you, maybe you'll be able to siphon that off, or maybe you'll need something more direct.
Maybe not happiness. See, because where I go, there's a lot of war crimes being committed.
Well,
so
okay.
Not happiness.
Well, I didn't want to, like, go down this road with you because it has some terrible implications, and this is a massive show of trust that I'm doing and giving you this information. I hope you understand this.
Okay.
When a person expires, a lot of essence is generated. And I mean a lot. If somebody died around me, I could probably live off that with little activity for the better part of a year.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So if I'm just where people are dying a lot, I might be able to just survive just by that, or is it like
maybe, because I am a spellcast. I control essence. I manipulate it and can gather it into myself, and you're no wizard, right?
So maybe just like skin-to-skin contact as they pass away?
Maybe. We need to experiment more with you in the future on how to gain this. And the
Okay.
best idea that I have is getting in touch with more experienced people of your condition.
Right. So it's okay if Arabella comes to visit.
Revik, she's insane.
Well, yeah, but
I think she was trying to sing an elder being into, like, manifesting within my city.
okay. So there is something I didn't tell you because me and Erithil were still not super buddy. So she did sort of rescue some, like, her love or something, and it was like just lots of arms and torsos.
Yeah.
And it was like a statue. I don't know any idea where it's been now. It's gone. But I think she's just gonna keep doing that. Just singing and getting these things. Oh, she also said she wanted to remove all the water in the world.
Yeah.
I guess it's not a big deal for me right now.
See,
but...
that's kind of what I'm talking about, though, Revik. The fact that this person has megalomaniac tendencies and is clearly out to harm a great number of people, and is also consorting with an eldritch abomination from a place we don't understand. I feel like we should not invite her openly into the city, and instead get a shared custody of you in a way.
Okay, well we can alright, not the city then. Maybe when she comes to visit, I'll just be outside the tolls. And then
maybe
we could talk to her about, all the water is gone in the world except for Tolst,
Wait, wouldn't that mean she'd come to us to eventually get rid of our water, though?
No, like, because she likes us, right? It's sort of like you give a candy bar to the guy that is going around, and they're kind of like not all there in the head.
Like every day we go and like give her a pond to drink up or something?
Yeah, exactly. And she'll leave Tulsa alone.
I don't think the elementals within our mortal world would appreciate that.
But are they Tulsa citizens?
One is, yes.
Oh, okay.
How do you think this pillar got so big, Revik?
Alright, fair enough. Well, we'll workshop it. Can I? Does there want me to take anything to tell her when I see her?
Well, I want you to be here on the 30th.
Okay.
Because if she does something, me and Ozark have a plan to slap her down with a... What he said it... It's basically a magical lawsuit. So when it comes to like these elder beings and creatures of superior or vast magical power and unknown ability to destroy things, it's better to bother them into the point where they don't want to be a problem anymore, rather than risk a battle and destroy, my city.
Gotcha.
So
okay.
We're going to sue her for custody of you from the magical curse that she has put upon your soul.
Okay. Yeah, we'll talk, and then hopefully it doesn't come to that. And then
hopefully.
I guess everything will work out.
Maybe. Or, we lure her away over the ocean and then detonate her.
Happens.
It just, yeah. That being said, we need to talk about your war crimes.
Yeah. There were a few, maybe like...
A few too many?
No, like one or two.
Okay.
Alright, let's talk about them.
Yeah, why don't we do that?
What war crimes do you know about?
Well, other than not taking prisoners and executing injured people in an open field, that was kind of like the biggest one. Luckily, there was no survivors.
Okay, so actually, I stopped to try and, help those people, but then it turns out that I got ignored and people just killed them all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Well, you know,
I mean, I was
That's-
there.
yeah,
I
that's
am
what
an
we call
accessory.
being an accomplice.
That, mhm.
So hopefully we'll do
Okay,
better in the future.
Yeah, I'll speak up a little bit louder next time about killing the wounded. And
Yeah. The next thing, and you know, part of this is on me for not like. For the most part, you guys were civilians like 6 months ago. I don't expect you to like. I didn't expect you to remember like the rules of engagement by Confederation law, and that's on me. I will take the blame on that one.
okay.
That being said, you know, we needed boots on the ground there before the Overduke lost any amount of power that he had.
Can I do a real quick aside? Just like a real quick aside,
Yeah, totally.
like out of character. Like this is making me feel really worried about like actual military. Like just like, yeah, so just don't commit any more war crimes. Yeah, just like, yeah, you fucked up a little bit. Just don't do it again. Like,
You know, maybe that should translate into character motivation a little bit too.
good point.
Because, you know, Tyrant's only like 20 or 21 years old here. And
Good point.
He's not like a military general.
Right. Okay. Cool.
And this is like happening a city-state away, and he's like full on about domestic issues.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah.
He has a lot of fingers and a lot of pies right now, and he has to trust that his people, you, will do the right thing when it comes time to it.
But like, if it came between Toast or like Destry, like fuck Destry, right?
Oh yeah, totally. I don't give a shit about them.
Cool. So
so my
some-
main
so, like,
problem, and I feel like you should know
sometimes-
this.
war crimes are okay.
No, you're misunderstanding.
Okay.
The main problem is our overall strategic goal of what we wanted from Destry, and that is to make us look legitimate so that we could legitimize the Overduke. Now, when we send people over there who immediately begin to indiscriminately kill people who they could take prisoner, we lose a lot of that credibility. Now, right now, it's fine. Like, no one is geographically close to even stop us from forcibly taking over their entire country. But the fact that we are trying to do it through legitimate means shows to the rest of the world that we're not monsters, which is the greater goal that we're trying to accomplish here.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool.
Luckily, we have some good news on that front. Apparently, the children
found their parents again.
Kind of.
Uh-oh.
Are the ones that who decided to speak out against the atrocities, and maybe I should save this for a group meeting, or
Sure. Okay.
I think I've actually I went a bit too hard on the rest of your team. I was mad. I took it out. You know, I'm not perfect, but
we're all learning. We're all works in progress. I'm literally between like life and death right now.
You are. I agree. He has nothing else to say to that.
I put on a glove and I'm asking for a high five.
He fist bumps you in your palm, as though he's unaware of like the gesture. Anyway.
Good talk.
Guess we're done here then.
Cool.
Well.
All right. I'll see you later, Big T.
Yep.
See ya around.
Have a good night. Good luck on your comedy routine. You know,
yeah, I'll work on it.
This is so fucking hard.
Right.
Ravik, you
Cool.
can leave.
Phew, nothing bad happened.
Yes, nothing bad
I
at
mean,
all.
we'll just not do war crimes later. Revit goes to Runt, and he knocks on his door if it's nighttime.
Sure.
Knock, knock.
Hello? Yeah, who is it?
Hey, Runt, it's Revit. Do you have a minute to talk?
Sure.
Do you want to open the door, or should we just talk through the door?
You can come in, I guess.
The door? Why is your door open?
It's not. Just walk in. Just walk in. Open the door and walk in.
Hey, Runt. What are you doing? How's it going? I just had a talk with the tyrant. And he was like, "Hey guys." Well, you were there. He probably chewed you out already, right?
Yeah, you can see Ren is currently sitting on like his mattress, looking at like this, like a pile of papers in his hand, and just kind of like glancing back and forth between the two of you, like, yep. And then he hears you say that final sentence, and he goes, "Yeah, he did."
Okay, so I think I gotta take a more active role. We can't be executing the wounded. They gotta live their horrible half-lives.
We didn't execute anybody.
Well, the guys we were with, those Schmidt guys, the Schmidt brothers,
Mm-hmm.
they definitely did.
Oh, so that's what they consider an execution. Yeah, I should really talk to the tyrant about the do's and do nots. I don't know if I ever mentioned this like a billion times already, but I'm from Maelstrom, where people, it's basically just a kingdom, an army with a kingdom, and not the other way around. So most people are either killers or military, and I was not military. So,
Right. So if you have any questions about moral stuff, probably go to Kashim first and then me. Just try and remember this voice. We're not killing indiscriminately anymore.
Oh no, that wasn't indiscriminately. We were targeting enemy combatants that were chasing us down.
Well, yeah,
that was the whole point.
Yeah, the enemy combatants too. We can't kill indiscriminately anymore because apparently that makes us out to be monsters or something. So.
Well, I'm not a monster. That would be a spirit beast. Spirit beasts are monsters.
Yes, spirit beasts are monsters, but like, what if, like, think of it this way: what if the tyrant had people that were just, they were soldiers sent to a foreign land and they just killed everybody indiscriminately?
That'd be kind of a shitty thing to do. Good thing that we didn't do that. He says with an earnest face.
So. It's sort of what we did.
Is it? I mean, I'll agree with you that the child thing was maybe a thing a couple lines past. Definitely even in the moment that's a little inexcusable. I will go with you on that. But anything besides the children thing, I'll have a talk with the tyrant about.
Okay, alright, alright. But from now on, when you're gonna kill somebody, remember my voice. Is this indiscriminate killing? What would Kashim do? WWKD.
Well, the problem with what would Kashim do is that one time I saw Kashim try to save somebody's life and snap their neck instead. So I'm not sure that's the best plan either. You know? Can you kind of see where I'm coming from? Like, there's some of these problems here.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point, actually. I'll have to talk to the tyrant about it again, but, still, he's got the right, motivation.
You know what, Rivik? Here's what I'll let you do. If someone's not actively trying to cut my head off, okay, I'll let you kill him instead.
Oh, no, see, okay, alright.
So if you don't kill them, I'll leave all the killing up to you. So if you do kill them, I'm assuming it's non-indiscriminate, and if you don't kill them, I'm assuming you made the right choice. I'll let you do
Giving someone ultimate moral agency.
Okay. Alright, this is fine. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, okay.
So that means if I do kill someone, it's definitely not indiscriminate killing, and definitely only ever personal self-defense. How about that?
Okay, but only in combat, right?
They're coming right
Of course.
for us.
All right, you know what? This sounds like a pretty good. I feel like we really like got all the kinks out of our like flow chart for morally dubious slaughter of people. So, all right, cool. Yeah, sounds good. You leave me. All right. Glad we had this talk. Right.
Revik, your camera is super unfocused right now.
Remember when I tried to high five you?
Oh yeah.
It's
You
not
need, like,
going.
You need to slowly bring it back.
Oh, slowly. Hold on.
Yeah, and bring it like right next to your face. Let's all just watch him do this.
It's not working.
It didn't work.
You're right, it didn't work.
It almost worked. It tried.
Turn it off and turn it back on again.
It's
Oh,
true.
God, he did. The
Turned
mad
on.
lad. Oh, that's way better.
It worked.
All right.
Okay, cool.
The night ends. Runt completes getting the groundwork done for silvering a longsword, but realizes that it's going to be costly to enchant it later. And you five, because Nav's there, he's still at Albertsons, but he's on his way back. You five gather together in a room to discuss the future and to meet someone who wants to introduce themselves to you.
Oh boy.
So, let's start with you guys talking amongst yourselves, and we'll bring in this chump later, or are we all silent and brooding? Does nobody want to really speak?
As we all kind of group up together, Runt will kind of like hurriedly walk up to Kashim and just kind of tug on him and say, "Hey, Kashim, I have some good news for you."
That's right.
Rivik and I had a talk last night, and we both agreed that if anyone was to kill anyone, Rivik would do all the killing, and so that way it wouldn't be indiscriminate or against children. Isn't that nice?
Am I there?
Yeah, everyone's
Yeah,
there.
we're all grouped up.
I've got a big smile on my face.
Friend Revik, friend Runt.
Do you want to be the one that kills people? Because I brought this up with Runt. I feel like you're you're really the one that should be the one that decides if people live or die.
What we decided is that Revik had a talk with the Tyrant, who told us not to kill people indiscriminately, which is what I thought we were doing anyway. But anyway, the point is that I wouldn't kill anyone unless they were obviously trying to kill me, and I had to defend myself. And then it's not really killing them, it's just defending myself. And so if we had someone who was like wounded, or we could be a prisoner, if anyone was to kill them, it would be Revik instead of me. And so Revik wants to push that onto you because he thinks you have the best moral judgment, which I don't disagree with.
Okay, friend Runt. Friend Zero. Maybe we should have a list of things we don't kill.
Could we add to that list in the middle of combat? That seems a little difficult.
Well, maybe we can make a judgment call in the middle of combat. If we have something like 6 seconds to determine if someone seems... I think I'm just,
What if you're not there, Kashim?
Well, this is why I'm glad we're having this conversation, friend Revik. It seems important that... But we don't want to let anyone kill us. That makes sense. I don't want anyone killing you, friend. But, friends, arguably, children are no threat to killing us.
Oh, no, we went over that, yeah. Obviously, I stepped over a couple lines there, and it won't happen again.
But the understanding being, children, people without legs, disarmed people, people who don't seem to be able to kill us. Maybe we should, in light of our burgeoning power, we should
Well, it's funny
more
that
careful.
you say that. It's funny that you say that, because the only guy we took alive when we were on our way back to Destry is the guy who was fully capable. The only guy we actually knocked out and took prisoner was the one who was capable. Which I find a little ironic. But I get your point. I get your point. Your words are not lost on me.
I think we are stronger than you think we are. I think probably most people, especially the 5 of us that we've run across, we could capture almost anyone who is not a wizard of some type, magically inclined.
Well,
Point.
you'll have to forgive me a little bit, Kushin, but I have been pretty on edge and aggressive ever since we immediately lost 2 of our members, and you almost died in front of me. So that may or may not have contributed to a little bit of bloodlust. But like you
That's
said, I'm
sweet,
glad
friend,
we're having.
right?
I don't want to see you get smooshed into bits of pieces by some rat man who decided to explode the earth.
Fair.
No, I do not know your 2 previous
still love it.
comrades. They rest in peace. But myself and Nav, we are very powerful. Yeah, I do not think you need to worry about anyone dying anytime soon.
I think maybe we don't kill people unless we have to.
That's always been my MO.
But Kashim, that's the gray area. That's
Have
that's
to.
why it's so hard.
Right. That's a
Oh.
little subjective. Because when is
See.
really have to? Because some people you
One
could
of us is
consider-
going to die.
Well, I suppose that's fair, but in the long term, if someone who, let's say for example, he's a really strong swordsman, and we hurt his arm, and he can't attack us with his arm anymore, but he's smart enough to get back to his base and inform his friends and his leader where we are and what we're doing, which in the long term may get us killed.
We capture
See what
him
I'm saying?
first.
But what if capturing him simply isn't an option? Like, let's say we're in a frozen tundra and having him captured would simply only lead to his death anyway, because we wouldn't be able to care for him.
We capture him first, I still think, yeah. If he dies because he's not strong, it is not our problem.
Thing is a last resort. Here to
We do
discover secrets. When people die, all of their secrets are lost with them.
Oh, Eric's in the lounge, by the way.
Oh, fuck yeah. Guys, we are going to go to the break screen, but mics can stay hot real quick as I drag in Eric.
Cool.
So anyway, I want to talk to you guys about this shopping trip I went on.
Oh, okay.
Boom, you're in.
So there's these guys, right? And I wouldn't really call them associates, but they're like a family from another family, from the people I used to hang with in Maelstrom, and I found out that they've got some pretty interesting merchandise that's kind of not exactly on the market, if you understand my meaning.
So
That,
Are you gonna give it to us for free?
Like they're in.
No,
Like, when you say
it's still a
you check in the back, and they go and check in the back.
no. It's more of like you pay for a service, and in exchange, you'd be able to buy something that most people can't buy. It's like a exclusivity club for
It sounds
purchasing
like
items.
It's like a Costco.
I don't know what that is, but if it's like a shopping thing, then like, but it's an exclusivity
yeah,
club.
we have premium membership.
Yeah. Well, I do, and I can, extend that to you guys buying things that you might want from this exclusivity place.
Good.
Some of it may not. Most of it is not. I would say advisable for us at the moment, and some of it is addictive, from what I've heard. And I'm not sure quite at what all the effects are yet, so I'm going to have to do a bit more research on what they may actually do. But basically, there are some items
I can play
that
guinea pig.
that's possible. The big ticket item that I might be able to get for us is a potion, a handful of potions. One of which specifically has to deal with healing, and this isn't just your average restorative of our force fields. This is like when Kushim cut his hand in that one temple. If you were to drink this potion, it would heal his hand right up.
It's a solve.
Whoa.
Wow. Yeah. So there were 2 healing items. Are you referring to the solve?
I'm referring to the potion. I'm referring
Okay.
to the potion.
Yes, perfect. Good. You're doing great. I love you.
And there's another
Excellent.
one.
Let's get it.
Yes, the problem is it's the 300 gold pieces, or a combination of toast bucks and gold. So that might be something we want to look into buying, perhaps before our next adventure. But I want to let you all know that was that. There is something else if we really wanted to pool our resources together. It is called an Eternia Shard, I think the name was.
Eternium shard, yes. And as you say that, the meeting room that you guys are having a conversation in, the doors kick open by a, well, yeah, I guess it just sort of flings open because you guys don't see the kick. But there's a dude huffing and puffing. He is wearing pajama pants, loafers, and a t-shirt. Super casual.
Hello.
Everyone else is in their casual clothing or military uniforms or whatever the fuck you guys want to wear. This guy, he's got dark red hair. He is cleanly shaven and fairly unremarkable. He looks to be of some elvish lineage or some sort. He looks like a nerd, too. He doesn't have, like, the muscle mass to be, like, a competent melee fighter. He doesn't look very dexterous. Honestly, he looks kind of like a chump. And he's like, oh, hello. Nice to meet you. I didn't realize it'd be so hard to get here. Oh.
Did you walk up the steps? Did you take the elevator?
No, Ozark, he fucks with me whenever,
Sounds like a wizard.
This stranger comes in to the meeting room. Where are you guys holding this conversation? Is this like a private thing, or are you guys like using the ceremonial meeting chamber that everyone gets bitched at in?
We're just standing around in a circle, I imagine, somewhere in the room, probably near the entrance, because we're all just kind of waiting for something to happen, I imagine.
Yeah, it's like a big college auditorium.
Okay. There is an auditorium if you guys want to be in there. There's like 300 seats. Oh, you have a dog.
We're just all at the table.
Yeah, there's a big ol'... Okay. I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted by your pupper.
Sorry.
Adorable.
Let's just say, for the sake of scene setting, that you are in the bitching out room with the 3 big tables where the NPCs complain at you, the 2 jurist chairs, the benches, the bowls of refreshing fruit, the cannon in the corner, which is pointed at you guys. That is purely ceremonial. It is not loaded. It's probably not even a real cannon. And this guy just sort of comes from the exit or entrance that you guys came in. He's like, okay. Whew. Nice to meet you all. My name is Shade. For lack of a better term, I have been spying on you.
Oh.
Nice.
Huh.
You just come out
we
with
good?
that? Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys...
Well,
Fancy is
here,
key.
right?
Wait. When you say spying on, does that include certain actions we may or may not have done in Destry?
Do you guys remember? No, you weren't there then. So you, he points to Nav and Zero. I've just been acquainting myself with through the veil, as it were. But to the other 3, he points to Revik, Runt, and Kushim. I've been spying on them since they were picked for the task force. So, yes, to answer your question.
Okay. Just wanted to get that out.
You should
out in the
assume
open.
that anything important you have done has been observed. remember that time that Irithil jumped down from her airship to save you all with a bunch of lightning bolts? He says, looking to Kushim, Runt, and Revik.
Whoa.
I do. I thought that was because we were screaming over the communicators.
No, you guys were blocked. I literally just relayed that information to her and told her to save you, or the tyrant would probably put her down.
Oh, well, you couldn't have done it a little bit earlier?
She
What?
did it literally
Different.
she did it the moment people died, Rivik. I don't think she could have responded any faster.
Well, he could have told them that we were getting, like, exploded by Earth. Anyway, okay,
That
alright.
is what I did, yes. I'm sorry for not... you know what? I have nothing to apologize for. He says...
Well, you've been spying on us.
stepping
you wanted
around
to
you
apologize
all...
right now?
What?
Well, because you've been spying on us.
That's like his job, Rivik.
Yeah.
I'm like positive he's getting paid to do that.
You work for the tyrant, I assume.
Look,
You
I
should
get it
still
when,
apologize.
you know, I say something and you guys immediately jump on it without actually thinking about it. I get it. Emotions run hot. You're humans. I understand. Now, if we can all dial it down so that we can get useful information out, because I have other people to be spying on. This is one of my few days off where I can be here and not where I am. He says kind of mysteriously. This dude takes the opposite table from you all, so now he's kind of doing this weird, like, horizontal game rather than taking one of the Ozark Tyrant or other chair. Arvo, I think. So yeah, I wanted to introduce myself now that, well, now that I have enough shit on you that if you betray me, I could have you murdered or assassinated. So I think we're all in, like, a big bubble of trust right now. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah. Hey, Runt, can you help me give him a big hug?
No.
You can keep your hands away from me, you poisonous frog fuck. Anyway, I wanted to, on behalf of my brother, well, he would be here if he wasn't so embarrassed about yelling at you guys yesterday. But
Wait, what?
Oh, you motherfucker.
you don't know his character. Anyway, the real thing I want to get at is to complain at you, because I've been watching you guys flip and flounder and do a bunch of crazy shit without really, like, pursuing a clear objective, and I want to know what that objective is so that I can help you guys fulfill it. Oh my god, your cat's beautiful. So,
I think
what's your objective
we
now?
need to talk amongst ourselves about that, yeah?
Yeah,
There's many
I'm
things
just,
to do.
I'm just gonna watch you do that then.
Do we want to go look for another temple that is very specifically not interacting with anybody else?
We should definitely go and seek out Temple of the Foul Ones, as that's probably our biggest lead and also coincides directly with the God War that we are participating in stopping creatures like Jerome and the Wise One, Grug, and anything that might be their associates.
Wait, wasn't there some bullshit going on with wizards, though?
There was. And that's definitely one part of the thing, but that's more of an Ozark, helping out Ozark thing. If we were to choose a clear objective, that is one of them, but not the one that we had chosen specifically.
Yeah, I don't know about
dude
you guys.
raises his hand to, you know, speak.
Yes?
So, about the wizard thing, some of you may not be taking that as seriously as it was conveyed, because, you know, Ozark's a dick ass who considers himself the best wizard in the world and doesn't think he needs any other wizards helping him. But, like, 300 wizards have been kidnapped all over the world. Well, all over the continent. They got zoinked into some briefcases and shunted someplace where no one can reach them. We need to find... Well, obviously this is super important, and if they're not all dead, then they owe us, like, their lives, which is very nice to have.
Okay.
Right.
That's all I wanted to say, because, you guys were kind of dismissing that when it's a very serious and dope
I
thing.
wasn't dismissing that. I'm simply stating the importance of the other objective we have, which is actively pursuing winning the God War, which obviously that falls under, I guess, helping wizards.
Yeah.
I
Can you
mean,
imagine
300 wizards is a lot of power.
It's 300 fireballs right there.
I do want to dismiss it because, well, I feel like if we go after these wizards, we're going to wind up killing people, and that's going to cause a lot of war crimes. We're trying to avoid those, so I feel like we should just find the
Wait,
temple.
since when?
Just avoid
Since we-
people in general. Nothing
Since
wrong
we got
with
bitched
people
at by the tyrant, that's when.
wilderness.
Or, don't be a murderer sociopath. Have you
And the
considered
best
that
way
one?
to do that is to
I
just
can't
assault
promise you
these
that.
people.
Can't
It was
promise
kind
to...
of part of. It was
teach-
part of my upbringing.
Like, this
Well,
guy's
do
been...
go on.
This guy has been glancing at Kushim, like, the entire time, who's, like, small body motions of just further disappointment has not gone unnoticed.
The
What
less people
disappointment?
we meet, the better off we are to accomplish our goals.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I work for the tyrant, not Ozark. It would be nice to help him, be friendly, but unless he is paying me for this,
Guys,
Well,
where do you think...
The tyrant is the tyrant, so helping Ozark is kind of helping the tyrant.
You guys know that the tyrant got all of his money by taking it from Ozark, right? That's like one of the reasons why.
now Ozark has no money though.
Right,
Also-
but I'm saying
Money
that
just
Ozark
made up
can
as
just
a construct.
Ozark can tell the tyrant to pay us with his used to be gold, so like payment probably won't be a problem. Also, if we're helping wizards probably have lots of cool shit that they might give us in exchange for helping them. So it's not like we'll go unpaid in doing this. Like, I mean, here's like our big two options, right? If like foul ones and wizards are like our two options, which they're not, but let's say for sake of argument they are. We have go to spooky scary ruins where there are spirit beasts and learn about foul ones, or go to spooky scary Neville's arsenal for the sewer juggalo and help wizards and get cool magical shit and whatever exploding things are there. Either way we're gonna find cool shit and potentially die either way. So it's really just our choice of the matter.
So,
Also,
yeah,
I would like to point out,
sewage.
but also think of it this way. If what that dude said is true, then rescuing all the wizards will probably piss Ozark off, because he doesn't like other wizards, and I'm all for pissing off a high-powered wizard. So we can piss off a high-powered wizard and laugh, or we cannot do that and not laugh.
I mean, I've been down.
I'm
I've-
just saying.
The
How
only
many
reason I'm in-
magical missiles do you think all of these wizards can fire at one time?
that's
pretty
true.
cool.
I would
An
love to
infinite
see a
number of magic
thousand.
missiles get
I would love
stopped
to
by
see
one field
1,000.
spell.
1,000 magic missiles just fired at Ozark, so we can deflect them all and see what the fuck happens with that. That would be hilarious.
Pretty cool.
But I must say that I do have a personal ball in the foul ones court, just because I need to destroy Jerome. My life will
don't
not
know-
end until that creature's destroyed.
So, this guy speaks again. I don't know if you know something I don't, which, if you do, that's incredibly impressive, first of all. Second of all, these temples you're speaking of, you found the locations of in the Ulathaean Shrine, right?
Yes.
These are probably related to the Ulathaeans, then.
Yes.
Right?
Correct.
So where's the foul one angle coming from?
It was primarily because the one known as Grug, who I'm sure you are well familiar with, having watched the fight, he was, before that fight specifically, he was hiding in the walls of the previous temple that we had visited. So it leads me to believe that there is something that connects along with a, I'm just gonna say diorama because I don't know what the correct word is. A diorama that connects what the Ulithayans are, or what they might be, like their previous, like long time, centuries ago past thing, to what the foul ones might be, or
I
are
like your
connected to
logic.
in some time.
Also, are we done with Destry? We don't have to go back there and deal with Fresnok? That's for someone else, right?
Well, the only thing we would do in Destry at this point would be to return Rick's Silverback Silver, and finalize that payment, which we still haven't done. We need to check on Arvo and that whole situation to see if he's been properly able to replicate it so we have one of our own. And if not, we'll return it anyway, and then everyone in Destry will have an additional, air fleet at their command to help stabilize the region, as it were.
I feel like
Okay.
we might learn something from that experience
True? Or, actually,
of giving the banner back.
out of character, John, is the Ulathayan temple that is above Destry. I'm assuming that's a different place than when we met with the Undead Legion.
Why would I tell you that?
I don't know. I try.
Weren't we trying to go to some ruins up there?
It was specifically because you told us that if we left that ruin, we would never see it again.
Well, it was kind of specifically Hephaestus.
Right.
His temple, right?
Hephaestus, right.
Hephaestus. It's not really connected to the Eulethans at all, so I assume
That's
it's
what
some
I'm
other
thinking.
place.
It may have been more of a rhetorical question, but that's kind of the
Hephaestus is a
gauge we got.
Eulethan, but we don't know that.
It's not likely, I don't think, because he was anyway.
Who knows?
We still have some unfinished business in Destry, which would include talking with Rick, getting his banner back, and figuring out what Ulathayan temple secrets lie just to the
So-
north.
Not to interrupt your meeting, but we can deliver a banner for you if you'd like. You don't have to be an errand boy if you have better things to do.
Yeah, and you'll collect our reward as well.
What reward was given?
The only reward would be that he would side with Tolst and
Yeah.
the Obaduke. That's the reward.
And let's be honest, no one no one is going to trust anyone with 150,000 gold for you guys to deliver this to Rick Silverback, right?
Oh, I wasn't even thinking of that. I knew that was part of it, but it was mainly the fact that if we were going to go to that temple, and because we would be going there on airship, we obviously know Rick personally, so that would just, I think, would allow for a quicker transition. And then also because we're in the area, we can go to the Ulathayan temple. That was my line of thinking. It was more of like a see if we could learn anything more from Rick Silverback from his unique perspective, having worked for the other side, and then also visiting the temple while we're there. Less of doing an errand and then going somewhere else, and more of just checking some boxes on our list.
Making a stop.
If that's what you want to
Yeah.
do.
It's an option. That's of course if we go down the Ulathayan temple route. We still, I believe, are undecided.
Sheem is happy for sewer gigolo or temples. Jonathan would like temples, but I understand the narrative pull of the sewer gigolo.
I am also down for temples. Should we
So-
take a note? Should we take a vote now,
We'll do a vote.
or do you have something else for us, Shade?
I didn't say my name.
Mr.
But he
Redhead
likes
guy?
Yes, you-
He likes that you paid attention.
Mr.
Yeah,
Redhead guy?
What?
do you
I
think?
put Revik on my shoulder so that he can speak.
Hey, Mr. Redhead guy, ignoring without any of our opinion, what do you think we should do?
He thinks for a very long moment.
So, I
He
guess
just goes
that's...
like full catatonic. He's, you know, asking him that question has like clearly thrown a wrench in like the internal mechanisms of his brain. Asking what an observer, asking an observer what someone should act on, is clearly not what he is meant to do.
Okay.
Revik, look, you killed him. The tyrant's
Oh,
gonna yell at us about this.
Sorry, Kashim,
Oh.
I've been
Just
trying
talk about not
to do
killing
this.
people.
Friend, look at us. Friend, look. Do not act. Look.
Yes, the most obvious benefit would probably be the temples, because they had magical items in them, to my memory. And, you know, Nevlator's arsenal is a shithole filled with magic that we wouldn't be able to help you with if you were going to die. So, he shrugs.
Oh, okay, thank you. Alright, so if we ignore his opinion, what do you guys think we should do? Let's put it to a vote.
Yes, let's put it to a vote. I vote for the temples. Specifically, starting off going back to Destry, speaking with Rick, and then going to the temple up north. That's my vote.
I agree.
Shima abstains.
I think the temple's a good idea too. The farther away from people we are, the less war crimes we can commit.
3 out of 5 seems majority to me.
I still want to hear what Nav has to say, even if he has dragged along with us.
You're coming with, but we want to hear you say you want it.
Yeah, give us your opinion.
Say that you want it. Tell me that you need it.
I'm just here to kill shit, as long as, like, there's probably shit in the temple, and we're fighting whatever the fuck the sewer shit.
We're probably gonna have to fight.
I'm good with murdering.
If you remembered last time...
Oh, he wasn't here!
We spoke with a hunter, and they said that spirit beasts love to lie in ruins, and so if you are looking for a fight to pick with anything, going into temples are giant creatures that kill most of humanity. So that's gonna be fun.
Yes.
Yeah. And we can kill it indiscriminately without feeling bad, right, Kashim?
Yeah, because spirit beasts murder all of humanity, so taking out spirit beasts is a good thing, and definitely not a war crime. Right, Kashim?
I like it.
I think so. I haven't met a spirit beast, but I have heard bad things.
Neither have I.
We should
Hopefully-
let our preconceived notions about them guide our decisions.
Yes, definitely.
Alright,
go fuck up
let's
spirit
get
beasts?
going.
Ron looks at Shade. So, that sounds like a good plan for us then? Visit each of the temples, starting with Destry?
Okay. Sounds good.
He has
Really
no
want?
opinion.
There's another one in the south by Nevlator's.
I was about to say, like, that might be, if we don't find a clear lead at any of these temples, we'll have, at the very least, we'll have a power boost to fuck
Yeah, I like
with
that
the
idea.
magical shit in Nevlator's arsenal.
And I want to say that it's possible that we may give, because obviously we're not the only team, and I'm not sure what the other team's goals are in terms of like specifics, but I know that one of our teams, since we're not going after it, surely one of our teams is going to go after the greater chemical. So whichever team doesn't do that, basically, maybe we could have a little bit of persuasion to have them check out the arsenal after some time has passed and we've kind of decided, you know, maybe have someone else look into it.
This guy slaps the table for a moment, remembering something. Right, I'm sorry, kind of... anyway. The raiding team, as you know them, will be heading south, looking to rob a man for a circlet of intelligence. And
Nice.
diplomacy team has been given a baby errand to test their new friends after 2 of their members have died. So,
Oh, that's unfortunate, but
group
we know what that's
bonding.
like.
yes, hopefully nothing will go wrong with their flight.
Do they have a bad experience with airships?
Not to my knowledge.
Oh, okay.
I'll keep an eye on them.
The way you said it sounded so ominous. I thought something had happened.
Well, you know, part of being a shadow is the foreshadowing, I suppose.
Oh,
Hey, so you saw Arathil agree to trade that thing for the airship, right?
Revit,
So you're like a witness that can talk to the tyrant about it?
remember when you talked to the tyrant about how you weren't very good with people and, you know...
You were there for that?
he was spying on us during that, probably. Or maybe he was hiding in the giant crowd that was in the pavilion.
No, I meant last night. Anyway.
Yeah, that was between me and Big T.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Anyway, maybe you should keep that in mind when you try to remember what really went down there. I'm not going to outright tell you you're wrong, because you look a bit unhinged. But maybe that's just all the murder I've watched you all commit.
There has been a lot of murder. I wouldn't blame you for that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay, well, I guess all we have to do now is just prepare for the journey and pick up anything that we've lost over the course of the last trip, right?
Suppose so.
Like, for example, I don't have a lot of arrows. Thank you, Zero, for lending me those arrows. I need to go get more
Oh,
arrows.
yes. Speaking of, I'll let you finish, but I have something right after.
No, that was basically it. We just need to make sure we re-up on everything.
Alright. I happen to know that, well, I suppose most people would know this. I'm not going to claim to be the only one who knows this. But if we are going against creatures, such as other foul ones, the enemy, should we ever encounter, God's only hope we don't, or any spirit beasts, specifically spirit beasts, because we've been told that they live in temples, we're going to be needing to be prepared to take down creatures. And although we have been supplied by the Toast's own tyrant with magical weapons, even with the most basic enchantments, some creatures tend to, such as spirit beasts, are notorious for not being taken down so easily. So I have looked into potentially getting our weapons, or getting some weapons, treated specially to deal with creatures that can resist certain magical effects. It may be expensive and it may not happen right away, but it is something I've looked into and perhaps researched a little bit. So I want to let you all know that is a road we can travel down if we need to upgrade ourselves further, and we have the funds and the means to do so while in Toast.
Are you saying my Tunkatra is not suitable for these beasts?
I'm saying you could get something on top of that. There are some. Unfortunately, if something is already enchanted, you cannot have this specialty applied to it. But we could get something special made for you that is, tailored to your own custom fighting style, made specifically for you in your proportions, let's say, and then apply this speciality on top of a basic combat enchantment. So it isn't that your weapon will be insufficient, but rather having backups in case something, on the off chance that it is, which most magical things tend to have served us well so far, but on the off chance that it doesn't quite work so well, we'll have some backup plans. Always have some backup plans, is what I've learned so far.
Seems like a good idea. I do like this pretty blade, It's kind of badass.
Indeed, it looks pretty nice.
You know what looks more badass though?
Your wool pick?
No, just
Your
a
ass.
pile of well, yeah, obviously. But no, just imagine a pile of dead enemies at your feet because you chose the right weapon. Doesn't that just
I guess
Ending on
so.
top.
Speaking of which,
Yeah.
what do I or we know about taking down spirit beasts?
So they have breath weapons, really, right?
Oh, Shade blinks. If that was directed at him. Was that directed at him?
Yeah.
He's been zoning out
Yeah.
for a little bit. Just intaking information,
Well-
drinking a cup of water, eating a banana, watching you guys as you... well, I guess he's continuously watching you guys, but this time in the mortal world. Yep. Oh, sorry, was that directed at me?
Sure. Is there anything that we know or should know about it? Any way that we're prepared? Anything we should prepare for?
You have magical weapons. That'll get you through most resistances. How good at you all, or how good are all of you? He laughs kind of crudely to himself. As
Rent
he was,
will also chuckle.
yeah, you chuckle with him, and he just kind of looks at you like, you don't even know what I was going to say. Why'd you laugh?
I thought you were gonna say killing things.
No. I was going to say dodging things that would, instantly
Oh, I'm good at
kill
that
you.
too.
Yeah,
Uh,
pretty good.
That's good. You
They
don't
have
have much
dark
of an
vision,
emergency background. Most spirit beasts have blind sight or more or less constant detect magic, which they just, detect you. They don't tire, they don't sleep, they'll always hunt you to kill you. So, you can't talk your way out of that. But it doesn't seem like any of you rely on talking your way out of a combat encounter.
Sometimes we talk ourselves into combat encounter, actually.
Yeah, that sounds more like us.
Well, the main thing you need to be cautious of is if you engage in one and they injure you, others will notice as well. And then they'll all come and, murder you.
You say injure, you mean a flesh and bone, or just shields?
It depends on how well connected the spirit beast is to its kin. If it is, honestly, the biggest thing you guys can do to get yourselves killed, and most hunters are taught this once they're in, their first year of academy or when their parents tell them, but you can't lose your shit. Panic, fear, being afraid, being worried, any of the negative stimulus, it's like the ultimate scent to them, and they will track you based off of it. Your emotions will be your enemies. Avoid them if you can, otherwise you may get trapped in an endless cycle of death, and I promise you, they will eventually overtake you, no matter how strong you are.
Alright. Super helpful.
Yeah,
Cool.
I try to be,
Don't die. We won't die, right?
basically.
I
Don't
definitely
pick
have a
fights
means
with
of
them.
escape.
I do not know about you guys, but I'm pretty fast. I could probably outrun one.
I think the point
As
is
he says this,
that,
Shane says.
You want to give an
I
insight
think
check
you-
as he goes poker face to she?
Sure. Is he fast enough to outrun one? As I bring up my insight check.
Zero sure seems confident, but this
Think I
Shade
am.
guy, he has a very good poker face. Maybe it's due to the fact that he spies on people all the time, so he's just really good at concealing information too. But, you know, he's just hanging out, not really reacting to Zero's belief.
Reacting to Zero's belief. I like that sentence.
Thank you. I made it myself.
How often do we react to people's beliefs?
A
So,
lot, unfortunately.
one last bit of order. In your opinion, Shade and friends, do you think that having a potion of resistance and a potion of healing would be beneficial in a fight against the spirit beast?
Of fire resistance, yes. Or
Fire
necrotic
resistance,
resistance.
Did you say necrotic?
Yes. They absorb energies, specifically magic. They consume it, and then it goes away. I'm not sure the actual... These monsters are very weird.
I definitely
then,
think
yes.
healing is always good, yeah. No matter what fight, no matter where we go, potion of healing will always be helpful.
That's a good idea.
Yes.
Ryan, can I lend you some money and go get me one of those potions of healing?
Well, there's only one. The only other item that I was able to find, at least in the place that I checked, we may want to check all of it first before we go. But there was a healing salve of whose efficacy I cannot speak on, but it does. It is advertised as being a healing salve, and the other one is specifically what is called a greater healing potion. So I can definitely look in and purchasing those items as well as a potion of resistance.
Let's get the greater healing potion.
Yeah,
Well,
sounds...
we may be able to get multiple items, so I would like to know what exactly we would like before I go in and purchase it.
Right. Okay. Well, I would.
The big three are the healing potion, which I think we're all down for. The potion of resistance, which is a random resistance, I believe, and I say random because I don't know. It's a potion of resistance of some kind that I haven't really been able to determine. I'd have to learn upon purchase, so it's kind of a gamble of what that might be. And then, of course, the healing salve, which I have no idea how potent that is.
Does that heal our shields and such, or just...
I think that's because it's a salve. It's akin to being able to recover some physical wounds, not exactly our shielding. Although, of course, I'd have to again look more into it. There were a lot of things that I had been looking into, so I wasn't quite in depth on these on the salve, unfortunately.
I think it would probably be better to gamble on one of the resistances, yeah? Because if we get lucky and get some fire, or as Shade Friend says, necrotic, maybe even, the spirit beasts seem to be the deadliest thing we will run into.
Alright. Then I shall go in and once I determine the healing salve, I'll use my own funds to get that, since the potions seem to be a group-wide accepted thing. If anyone else has anything, we've solidified where we're going, what we want to do, and then I suppose some final shopping. If anyone else has anything, I'm going. Unless there's anything else you need to tell us, Shade.
Well, I mean, I had news, but...
Oh,
you know.
please, go ahead.
Well... Kushim, you're being... Kushim, you are being... I guess the opportune time... Blah, blah, blah. The term I would use is being hunted down by paparazzi. The children that you guys brought back, keep talking about a cool bug guy who showed them rocks and kept them company.
Oh, good. There must be another one.
Well, yeah, Nav, you're
Maybe
also
we
being
can be
hunted
friends.
down by the paparazzi because the kids kept talking about the cool uncle who would make them fight each other. So, I suggest that Nav, and he snaps his finger, never admit to anything. And Kushim, feel free to become super cool and famous. They also mentioned cardboard, but like
Thank you, friend.
the kids don't like. We weren't able to decipher that one. That's what I.
Oh no,
had.
I make it spicy. Is what happened.
Wait, you're the cardboard guy?
I'll make sure they know zero makes it spicy.
Make. Is it actual cardboard you were feeding them? Because like people think it was
No.
actual cardboard.
You know, we get those like square like crackers. They taste like cardboard. And then I put some spicy on
You
it,
mean
so it tastes
saltines?
less like cardboard. No, definitely not saltines. It's like saltine, but without the salt and the teen.
Oh, I see. I don't. Okay.
Do you have any on you?
Oh no, I left them in the room. I did not think we were gonna go camping.
Oh, okay. Can you make some for when we go camping?
If you want, we could go home. Take me an hour. I can make you some spicy cardboard, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I would like to try some.
That's all I had. Honestly, I just came here to meet you all. Now that I can, I've been.
How disappointed are you?
Well, don't ask questions you don't want the answer to.
Give him a hug.
I have high hopes. If that means anything.
I can take that.
Okay. Well then. Nice to meet you all. Kushim, I like you the most, just so you know. And Shade
Everybody
gets
does.
up and walks
It's
away.
true.
Thanks for exposing yourself.
You're welcome.
Nobody
Wait.
ever likes you.
And
What?
then he's gone like the wind. And we have to talk about something, you and I, Kushim. You said last session, if my notes are correct, that you wanted to bring your child to Tolst.
Yeah.
Your spawn is currently in the Forge of Alvin, several thousand miles
Probably.
away. Do we... What is that? Are we just, like, getting him a ticket, or are you going to fetch him? Or send someone to fetch him that you both can trust?
Can I roll to see if I remembered to follow through on this?
Sure, of course.
What?
I mean, I wasn't going to mention it at all, but, you know, you've been rolling on a heart of gold streak right now, so I thought to.
Alright.
what do
High
you wanna roll?
is remembering.
Alright.
That's...
Add intelligence to that, or
Give it a negative penalty.
Alright. As we're about to leave, I'll try and get a messenger to arrange that. I almost forget.
So you just find somebody to... What exactly?
Yes. I find, like, we're about to leave. The last 10 minutes, I find someone. I say, "You, friend, I have some money for you. Can you deliver a message for me to the Tyrant of Tolst?"
Can you roll me a charisma check? Well, how good is Kushim in remembering faces? I'm imagining you're just walking through a hall, following your team, and then you see somebody, and you ask him for this favor.
Exactly. I pull out some Tolst bucks.
Okay, you do not recognize this man, but he recognizes you, and he's like, "Oh, what's up, Kushim?"
Oh, hello, friend.
What do you
I
need?
have an
I'll do
urgent.
anything for you.
I think it's. Oh, how nice. Well, here's some money and some rocks. Please deliver a message to the Tyrant of Tolst to summon my son. Son? Child. Summon my child.
Okay.
Your spawn.
How much money and rocks do you
Spawn,
give
thanks.
him?
Give him 2 cool rocks and 20 Tolst bucks.
All right, cool. You send him on his merry way, and he will go. The opposite direction from where you guys are heading.
Great, thanks.
Okay, cool. So while Schmitty goes to do that, having just gotten his own demerit and demotion from cab driver in the Destry Theater, what are you guys doing exactly? You want to go on a shopping spree? Is that what I remember?
I'm going on a shopping spree. Everyone is free to come along if they so choose.
Can I just give you the 300 for the healing potion, or does someone else want to, like... I don't care. Whoever is down is going to get it, but...
Just so you guys know, today is the 18th. I'm moving you guys forward a day calendar, but it's going to take until the 22nd until Kushim knows his spell of Tiny Hut. Meaning, you guys will have an 8-day window before Revik needs to be back in Tulst. Sound good?
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Oh, right, guys, I got a thing in 8 days. I can't be out in the wilderness, or else things might get a little bit fucked up.
Oh, at the end of one?
When
Wait, is this about your transition?
This is about my transition, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, the transition where he might murder us all.
Yeah.
Oh, that's I completely forgot about that actually.
So like in 8 days. It'll be a little tight, but I think we can do it.
So, the only thing I can imagine that we would be able to accomplish in 8 days while staying fairly close to Tulst would be checking out the ruins to the north of the city that the hunter told us about. So maybe we can go and check that out, and then come back to Tulst and then wait for that to blow over before we go on our Destry escapade, part 2.
Oh, we should stay close, huh?
I'd rather stay close and have us a chance of staying within the tyrant's grasp, as it were, if this transitioning thing is going down.
And we'll have that Tristan guy around, right? Even if we're not back in town, I'm sure he could help us.
I mean, fuck that guy.
I mean, he looked pretty strong. He had a lot of shiny swag.
I mean, I know I got bitched out by the tyrant, and I know that, like, the tyrant can be an asshole, and he kind of is, but, like, nobody talks shit about the tyrant in front of me, except for maybe Ozark. Because, like, Ozark is, like,
what the fuck are you gonna do against that?
Yeah, exactly. Anyone else, even, like, a super powerful hunter, can go fuck himself. The only two people that I know who can talk shit about the tyrant are me and Ozark. At least in front of me. And any of you guys, I guess. But I think most of you are infatuated with him, so it doesn't really matter. What was that you said, Rivik?
It is making me very uncomfortable the way that you said that, but I mean, what? You want to say about the tyrant?
Oh, I'm just saying that people shouldn't talk shit about him in front of me, because most people should.
Yeah. I put on a glove. 5.
Run will give you a fist bump in your paw.
Oh, on the cameras, it looks like you guys are actually, high-fiving there. That was pretty dope.
Cool.
Anyway, my point is, yeah, he might be around to help us, but we probably shouldn't rely on him as,
Oh no! If Arabella,
wait, he'd only save like half of us.
Oh no, we just leave him to die and run away, I think.
I mean, he's a hunter.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's if anything, he's a very powerful hunter. So most hunters could probably take on a whole group, if we're being honest. And he seems like an extremely powerful hunter, exceptionally so. He can deal with himself. He'll be fine. Anyway, that's a little side.
Okay, I missed something. Why are we talking about Tristan?
Because I told him that I was just saying that he was a fuckwad and that we shouldn't have to worry about him.
Okay, yeah.
Someone said that if someone I think it was Zero said that we might need him if shit gets bad, but
yeah,
that's it. We just
you guys aren't going anywhere near where he's located, right? He's still hanging out.
Not at the moment.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, no, we were only talking about how he wanted us to go and check out the thing.
Yeah, I thought you guys
during the downtime.
But someone should die to spice it up. Millman. That happened last
We already had two people die.
The other teams are doing great.
Yeah, they're doing just fine. Nobody's dying. They're doing fantastic. They're having a great session.
Anyway, we're going to be introducing Rembrandt's third character next Saturday.
Wow.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
So shopping.
So, shopping. We want to go to the Smuggler's Mart again? Get that healing potion?
Healing potion, roll for the resistance potion to see what it is, and then the healing salve, which I will pay for.
I have 60 gold bucks to go towards the greater healing potion.
Indeed. So... Do what? I'm pulling up my random potion resistance table. Please subtract 300 gold as you quickly palm a rune the money and buy the healing potion.
So you're gonna put down 30. I'll put down 60 of my toast bucks, and 10 gold, which is a total of 100. So Revik only has to pay 200 instead of the full 300.
Okay.
I'm done.
I'm done for that.
So we're unless Kushim wants to also. Actually, I'll have you pitch in for the potion if you want, because we're buying that as well. And
it is a potion of lightning resistance.
Damn, that's still pretty good though. We don't want it.
Hey, Brood, Irithyll mostly casts lightning attacks. Maybe you want that.
John, quit baiting.
Hey, you're muted.
Is muted.
You're muted, buddy.
We don't fight, me and Irithyll. We just glare at each other.
Oh, okay. Understood. Don't want the...
Remember, the hatchet's buried.
Okay, I'm just checking.
Okay, so we'll just do the healing potion for now. So that's 60 from me, that's 30 from Zero, and how many you want to put in Kushim?
50, 60, 60?
60? Okay, so that'd be 150, which means Revik only needs to pay 150 for the gold, for the potion. And then how much for the healing salve?
Oh, the healing salve. That, I think, is a better...
Let me see. I also have 60 that y'all can have, because I have nothing better to do with it.
Jeez.
I'll take it for the healing salve.
For cash.
I mean, I also have 300 gold on me.
I don't think you guys will be able to afford it.
Well,
The salve?
It must be really good then, because I honestly don't know what it is.
The raid team knows what it is. They have a basically the original version of what this salve is.
Is that in Chad's spine? Is that what that is?
I thought it started with an O. LM. No, there it is. It starts with a K. Yeah, so this thing has 1d4 plus 1 doses of a healing salve that regains 2d8 plus 2 hit points. So...
oh, that's just like a minor healing potion, except it's not a potion.
Except it's...
Wait, minus 2d4.
Yeah, minor's... Yeah, greater is 44 plus 4, minor is 2d4 plus 2. So that's the same as a minor...
2d8
what did he say?
plus 2 is not 2d4 plus 2.
Yeah, it's more like a greater.
Yeah,
it's midway between.
It'd probably be like 350 or 400, since it has multiple usages.
Yeah, if it's 350, then I can buy it.
Well, let's see how much it is. Does anyone have like an additional 20 gold?
Well, I have 300. I specifically have 368 gold.
Does anyone have 2 extra gold for Runt? And you may add this to your sheet.
Well, we've also got these 8 art objects. We can sell those, right? Or offer them in exchange.
Yeah. What quality are they? Are they 25?
I believe that they were the
yeah.
minor ones, because you didn't either. You did specify and we forgot to write it down, or they just weren't. They just say art artifacts in our party sheet.
Then I believe they would have been on my 25 table.
They're specifically art objects.
Yeah.
If that makes a difference.
8 times 25 is 400.
Yes.
So we could swap all of them for the
200,
cell?
200, sorry.
Or sorry.
Right, 200 there.
Yeah. 25
Oh,
times
yeah.
8 is 200.
Okay, so 200, which we'll use for the salve, which would be, how much is it exactly?
It's 370.
Okay, so let me do quick maths. So
170
200,
left.
yeah, 200 plus my gold, which is 368, minus, how much was it again? Sorry for the salve.
370.
370. So I would have 198 gold left if we used all the artifacts, if that's okay.
Yeah, go for it. They're just...
Eventually, yeah.
Okay.
Alright. Subtract your art objects, subtract your money. And John will roll how many dosages this
None.
thing has. Max. Okay, it has 5 charges.
Ooh.
Let's
Nice.
go.
Nice.
That is very lucky. We've been rolling really high on some of the more crucial rolls.
And that's, again, how much healing?
2d8
2d8
plus
plus
2
2.
per dose. I can't interest you guys in some drugs?
I don't have the money for it, but I would.
Oh, well. Next time. We'll have more drugs,
Thank
too.
you. I think the only other thing is learning specific pricing on silvering, so I know how much I need to save up for.
It costs
And then-
100 gold to silver a weapon.
Alright. I could do that. Actually, could I silver the finesse longsword that we got from the Ulithans?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that will that can be done within 5 days, I think.
Okay.
So
Then I
while
will
Kushin
subtract the
is
money.
doing research for Leoman's tiny hut, Runt is doing shopping. He is getting this weapon silvered. And is anybody else doing anything within these 5 days? Or are you just R&Ring it?
Can I go to, I don't know, the armory, I guess, wherever they load us up? And can I just get like a standard array, like 10 5 2, 10 regular arrows, 5 plus 1 arrows, and 2 plus 2 arrows?
They don't actually know how to make +1 arrows.
What? We gave them the thing.
We give him plus 2 arrows.
You
We have
gave them
plus
the-
2 arrows that
yeah.
Arvo could replicate.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So those are
And
actually plus 2.
I think hang on.
Can I get 5 of those?
Not for free. It costs money to make them.
I'll give them. How much money do I need to give them?
I'm looking. It's either 75 or 125 gold per arrow.
Per arrow. Well,
Per
let's hope it's
arrow,
low. Is it 75?
I'm checking. I need to go to my God War folder. I'm sorry. I didn't have this
Okay.
pulled up because I didn't think you'd actually.
For
Like
sure.
the last time we brought these up, you guys were like, "Nah, fuck that." I'm like, all right.
I don't think we had money at the time.
No, you guys had money.
So, I don't know.
I know you had money.
It's the money that we
Vaults.
just spent. The money that we just
It
spent
is
is the money that we had.
125 GP per arrow.
Oof.
Uh,
But
yeah.
and then can I just ask the armory guy how much it would cost to get like or if they even have any of those little spark things that they can put in weapons?
The spark things?
What the thing that's in the war pickaxe,
No.
The
that's-
Eternium crystal?
the
Yeah.
Eternium, that thing.
No. Those things
Okay.
are incredibly rare.
Gotcha, gotcha.
To the
Okay.
point of like even the worst kind, a fragment, is still very rare.
Okay. Will they load me up with just regular arrows then,
Of
and
course,
then one
yeah.
plus 2 arrow, and I will deduct 125.
Cool. Yeah. You can have all the arrows that you want.
Thank you.
But you know, like after 300, they're gonna be like, "Can you even carry all?" This is a lot
Gotcha.
of quivers.
298 arrows.
If that's what you want.
200. I also wanted to collect some darts as a throne, so I'm not only melee.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
You find some throwing darts, throwing knives, things that aren't daggers but deal 1d4 plus dex modifier. because they're ranged weapons. How many do you get?
Let's go with 20. That seems like a good number.
It's a lot. But they can get you a small bandolier of very thin metal knives to throw. Nav, you doing anything cool?
No, I don't think so.
Hitting the gym?
Yeah.
Hitting the books? Doing something so I can pad out our game time? So I don't have to end us off early?
You can go fishing with me.
Drinking, fighting, fucking. You know, the soldier life.
Alright. Well then, 5 days will pass very quickly.
One more thing, if it's alright.
What's up, Brunt? Hit me up.
Do they, in the armory, have anything akin to better short bows?
No.
Potentially just like, okay. Then I'll just get like a standard short bow rather than a shitty short bow that I paid like a gold for.
Okay, yeah, totally. A standardized gold short bow. With all of your mundane items collected, Revik, did you actually add 298 arrows to your character sheet?
I didn't. Don't worry, I did not.
Well, you know, if you did, I just wanted to know the weight on that. It's like, 30. How much would that actually weigh? Alright, you add 30 arrows. Perfect. 5 days can go by. Kushim, you know the tiny hut spell. Isn't that fucking dope?
Excellent.
And really, I guess you guys could have timed out, like, hey, when's the next run towards Destry? We have a thing to do. And they will give you the Rick Silverback silver in a locked chest so that no one on your flight can see what it is you're carrying. You know, the Ulathayans will tell you that this enchantment is too powerful for them. It is made by some unknown maker, long lost. They'd love to study it, but it'd purely be for academical pursuits and like collecting it rather than giving it and keeping it for the use of it. I mean, giving like a group AoE dexterity saving throws and acrobatics checks at advantage are dope, but like they don't really need it, right?
Alright. If it's simply too difficult or would take too long to be useful in any meaningful way, then we will
some
simply
items
take it back.
So unique that there's just like you're just staring at like a painting that you have no idea like how this got made.
Yeah.
Like, where did the maker even fucking start? This is gonna take us like 4 to 80 years to learn out. Like, just what the fuck happened here? So they put it in its own chest, specifically made so that the pole can fit as well. So it's actually rather long and thin, and then the silver banner is rolled up neatly. And you all may deliver this to Rick Silverback. I guess we can fly on over to Destry. It's, what is it, like half a day going straight? So if you're taking a transport rather than Irithyll, who doesn't give a fuck, it would probably take over half the day. Yeah, getting close to the evening if you left during the early morning. So, you know, around 5 to 6 p.m., you guys can get back into Destry. No big deal. No problem. And things there have changed a little bit.
Oh boy.
For the most part, the city in this past fortnight or so, since you guys have been... Fortnite!
We love Fortnite! We love
has
Fortnite!
Been heavily fortified, and also seems a lot more lively. Going over the city, you will pass like a trench network that has been dug out by hand and undoubtedly by the Move Earth or Mold Earth cantrip. People are in the streets. Fresnoth's army has more or less retreated from besieging the settlement. the city-state itself. And that big, chonky army that used to sit at this bottom river thing is either a lot more thin or a lot more hidden, because you don't see nearly as many levied soldiers getting ready to, like, move in anytime soon. Peace has kind of returned. You guys can quickly get off the transport ship, which is carrying foods and regular supplies from Alcazan Alcazan and Tulsa back to here to supply the town, because currently the exterior agriculture facilities, farms, villages all over the place, they're not really at work still, so Destri's importing a lot of goods.
Yeah, we saw the conditions of those farms when we passed by.
So people fled the countryside. It's kind of what happens when...
Where do we start with trying to find Rick?
Didn't we have a meeting place at the mountain?
We did, but that was before. Is that the same place that we decided to meet him again?
I think he said to contact him on the radio.
Yeah, I thought...
And
I
then
was
he
gonna
got
say...
sued out of oblivion. Just he died or something. The Ugarestian lawyers showed up and were like, "You're going to jail."
So I think the first thing we should do is try to contact him on the radio. Or someone like Irithil, who we know, can contact him with her ship's radio. Or something.
Yeah, they have a long-range version of what you guys use. Let's see if the Irithil's in town. 19. Yeah, she's currently patrolling around Destry itself. Her airship guards yours. The crews clearly communicate amongst themselves, and then, you know, they start circling, going counterclockwise when they originally went clockwise to meet you.
I'll get on this communicator. Hi, Irithil. We're back.
You get silence.
Nah, as I figured.
Tell her we have the banner.
We're looking to finish off that contract with Rick Silverback. We brought back the banner.
We will meet you at the Citadel.
Understood. Alright, guys, let's head to the Citadel. She told us to meet us there.
Okay.
Walk.
Well, you guys walk, traverse, people in the streets that you guys pass, taking the civilian airship tower. This bad boy, this small little red tower here. You pass the graveyard, go through the streets, head up to the Citadel, which has continuously been fortified this entire time. The expeditionary force are preparing for a massive defensive siege again, or more likely the storming of thousands of tiny feet into firing lanes. But it's no big deal. You guys are members of a task force. People know who you guys are. And the branch knight, who has not left his station this entire time, greets you with a ha ha ha! It's good to see you again. How's it going, you chuckle fucks?
We're doing pretty well today. How about you?
I am fantastic.
How's your armor holding up in all this?
Alright, enough of this. Carry on.
Be seeing you. Sorry, I had to do it once.
A man may get nervous with so many weapons drawn. There we go. NPC
Have you heard of the High Elf?
The Oblivion Knight lets you guys pass into the Citadel. There are many non-combatants and people who are currently obscuring all of the light artillery of Tulst can be found. Lady Grasilia can be seen still kind of playing like teacher to the many children POWs who have not been moved from the Citadel. For whatever reason. Maybe she likes
She
them.
need more friends.
It's actually grown since the last time you guys have been here too. This is kind of like doubling maybe as like a regular school institute now. I mean, Lady Grasilia, she was an actual teacher before this shit went down. And, you know, there's not much to do once your batteries are set up. She's like this artillery commander, you know. But who gives a shit about her? You guys are here to deliver a banner. So, you guys can climb up to the top of the citadel where your girl, Irithil, likes to park her vessel to dominate the entire city because she has a power complex. And she will look at you guys with her Ulathaean guards.
Hey.
She looks at Nav.
We're ready.
She raises her clawed and taloned hand to high-five Nav. Nice. People who whip together live forever, she mutters under her breath.
So we're looking to get in contact with a certain Rick Silverback to finalize
yes.
the deal we made with him.
The pirate. Okay. Let's go. Everybody hop on for old time's sake. You.
Woohoo! Just like first times.
Hey, Lamau.
Indeed.
Hey,
Lamau. Hey, Lamau. Lamau. Still the
It'll
best.
never get old.
Fucking Dearmond. God damn it. What a good line. You guys hop onto the Judgment of Longing. Irithil will contact Rick Silverback once you guys break out of Destry's airspace. And they will have communicator chatter. But in that time, you guys are back on your old airship, which carried you here in the first place. Are you guys doing anything? Stealing? Pilfering? Writing your names on the bathroom stalls?
What is there to steal and pilfer?
I don't know. Bed sheets? Mementos? Someone's watch?
No. I thought about stealing someone's watch. For a second, and then you mentioned it, I'm like, no, that'd be too corny.
Yeah. You want to fight on the deck?
Like, fight until one of us is unconscious, or...
Sure, that sounds like fun. I was just thinking like a sparring match, but if you want to fuck each other up, we can fuck each other up. I'm down.
Jesus Christ.
Well, you know, I have claws, so if you want to fisticuffs, I think I have a little advantage.
I like a challenge.
Yeah, I'm down. If someone is nearby to make us not that way anymore.
Revik, you're about to watch your teammates do something that will burn your spell slots because you're the only one who can heal.
Revik's shaking his head. He doesn't stop them, but he's just shaking his head like, they're gonna die. There's their first time in a temple. They're gonna die. Well, it's their second time now, actually, but.
Well, what else did you have in mind? You said, spire a little bit.
Make it even weirder.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking like weapons training.
Oh, you just want to practice. I thought you wanted, you know.
Yeah, I mean, we're not killing each other, but...
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. That's good. I practiced back in Tulsa. This will be good actual practice.
Okay.
Distinct from...
Ching, y'all.
Do I need to pull out the initiative me? What's going on here?
Oh, no.
You guys gotta find a cramped corridor and then fight while both you are standing on the wall.
So you're
Ooh,
doing
I like that. I
athletics.
like that.
Fight while upside down.
Wow. So while Zero and Nav try to like spider climb their way with the Greaves, try not to break their fucking shins while doing so. Irithil will make contact with Rick Silverback. Why did my music die? Did it die? Okay, it didn't die. It's just really quiet. Fuck it. We'll just do Elven Glade. I mean, you're not in a forest.
It's
You're
all-
in a fucking airship. Who cares? Irithyll will begrudgingly make contact with Rick Silverback. She does not like the pirate, and she wants to destroy his airship purely on principle because it's bigger than hers. So when Rick Silverback's light cruiser comes out of the clouds, dwarfing the Judgment of Longing by like 2 or 3 times its entire mass, to come to level with you guys and do this banner exchange. There is an air of hostility that your good friend Irithyll is perpetuating. How many people are going to be on deck for this apparently peaceful trade-off?
Also, there's
Yeah.
something I would like to
I
actually
can
now that I
hear
think about
Irithyll.
it. Something I'd like to do before the exchange goes
Well,
down.
now it's
basically
too
while
late,
they're-
Runt. I'm sorry.
Okay.
We gotta move
Alright,
on.
fair enough.
Be there.
Alright. Kushim's there. Revik's there, right?
Yeah. I think we're all there.
Alright, you
I
guys
want to be near
all...
Irithyll.
You want to be near Irithyll?
Yeah, I want to make sure she doesn't do anything stupid.
Okay.
Or
that's
use
fair.
her as a meat shield if shit goes down.
Understood. Your good friend Rick Silverback won't even wait for the gangplanks to like latch onto each other's ships so that like the smaller Judgment of Longing can, you know, come up to even level with the I forget what, the Pursuit of Platinum or Pursuer of Platinum. Instead, he will literally just jump off his deck and like arc and fall his way onto the Judgment of Longing. He looks kind of like a wild animal as he scans for his silver that he hears is back. Who is holding the attaché case which holds the banner?
Me.
Alright, Runt, holding this very long and burdensome attaché case. Rick Silverback will kind of Gollum squat and like shuffle towards you, apparently smelling the banner. He's making very loud sniffing noises that the outside wind doesn't even muffle, as you guys are, of course, on deck outside. He quickly and greedily snatches it up. I don't assume that, well, I assume you don't resist?
No, he'll just pull it from his back and he'll just
Yes.
whisper to Rick as he takes it, "You're welcome."
He lets out a series of chortles, chuckles, and then like a scream of victory that is very primal and, you know, animalistic, I suppose. He raises the case. Ah, yes, it's back! And then he like calms down briefly as he looks to you guys, and his ship sort of levels out so that his crew can reclaim their captain. You did good, lads! I had a good feeling about you.
It was good working with you on this.
Yes!
I
Where'd you find it? Who had my silver?
well,
Was it ketamine?
that's the Actually, no. That's the interesting thing. The weird thing is that Fresnoth had it the whole time.
She had it! What do you mean?
Yeah, the whole. She literally held it in a secret location amongst the trees to the north, and we had to find it and track it down ourselves.
He's like leaning in closer and closer to you, trying to see if you are lying or not.
Technically, I don't believe that I am.
He seems to believe you regardless. He's like, I knew she was keeping it from me. Playing, coy with me. I'm glad you found it. And I'm glad our relationship can deepen further from it. You know? I was getting worried you only had a week left. You know what that means?
I would say we're right on schedule then.
Indeed. Well then, I have a bombardment to fulfill. Irithil, he says, looking to the bald-headed, grimacing witch, who is likely just really trying not to begin to cast lightning bolts or chain lightning or one of her other favorite spells. And he more or less states that, oh, we'll be working together in the future. You and I will dominate the skies together. Ha 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 ha. And Irithil's like, all right, well, time to leave. And they will have weird banter. Well, one-sided banter as Rick Silverback tries to court the elf who wants to kill him. And then he'll get back onto his airship to immediately go and attack Fresnoth from the skies.
Nice. Let's go.
That being said, what's the plan now, team? How are we gonna get all the way to the north? Back to the Sea of Trees where the undead were.
What a great question.
With our airship.
I was about to say, we only have 7 days now, right? I think that's right.
Yeah.
7 days. Could.
And that's
We're
that's
fine.
until the new moon, so we have to account for time to get back into Tolst.
Yep.
Could we try
Sure.
and borrow
I
an
gotta
airship?
peace out.
Oh, okay.
Well, this is a good cutoff
Sorry.
point. It has been our 3 hour. So maybe next week we will figure out how we're going to get to the north. So, guys, thank you so much for joining us. I was going to be on Greg Hansen stuff tomorrow, but he recently had like a medical thing is what I've been privately messaged. So I'm going to investigate that. So Saturday, we will be seeing the diplomacy team, the political
Lord.
team, go about making their way back to town.
Don't, oh boy, they're doing great.
They've been in the wilderness for 3 sessions now? Or is it 2?
I think they're on their way back to Tolst. But, guys, thank you so much for joining us once again. Next time, we're going to delve into the spooky woods, this time without an undead guide. We're going to find an Ulathaean shrine, temple, something, and hopefully learn more about this strange world that you guys are discovering more and more. So, until next time, guys, peace out, don't die, and we'll see you next time.